Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining.
3, 2, 1, we're alive.
Hello, all you fishes living in my tank and all you tellers working at the bank. Good evening and welcome to a Chromatic Chimera, where the story is made up and the XP don't matter. Welcome back to the show, the one and only WovenRealm, a 13th Age independent broadcaster actual play. We are therefore playing this and broadcasting this with the blessing of Pelgrane Press. If you use our code Chromatic, that's like our code for like all our sponsors, for most of them at least, on their website, you get a nice discount on 13th Age products. So anyway, joining me, Mr. Pudins, the Game Badger, is AJ as Constance of Eternal Trust, the Holy One Paladin. Chris as Soren Silverthorn, the Half-Elf Bard. Sam as Oleander Morgenstern, the Spiritborn Necromancer. Lucy as Izara Solaris, the Half-Elf Cleric. So thank you for joining us for this 21st episode of WovenRealm, the penultimate episode of Season 1. Because now this season can drink. Oh, whoops, sorry. I'm an echoey boy. If I close the door, I will die of a heat stroke. We don't want that. Okay. So, last week on WovenRealm, the party went to go investigate, said wolf den, well, because they were already there, and they were roped into a fight with a wolf priest and wolf creatures, and in this fight they battled one of Gorgoth's head honchos that has been summoned, Banehowl. Scraping by, they were able to defeat Banehowl, and in the process they had discovered Sapphire, their Silverblade nomad friend. Her brother had died, but he needed to because his name sounded too much like Oleander's, and so the story required it. Anyway, he was used to summon Banehowl into the mortal realm, and at the site, there was a barrel labeled Zebros Aether Company. Interesting indeed. Oleander went to go report what had happened with Sylvia, and, well, it was more than just business, as they say. Soren was dragged into a meeting with a Mr. Jepprey Zebos himself. Was made an offer and declined. I'm sure that won't come back to haunt you at all. And Izara was given the Lance of Stars by Fenris, who had retrieved it, as fate has decreed that Izara shall carry the lance against the Astral Star's enemies. Anyway, so that's where we last leave off. Last we left the party, an autumn sun rises to warm Shiverdelve from the chilly breeze of the nighttime. A gust of wind kicks up the loose leaves and strips some of them from the spindly branches of the trees, causing them to take on an aerial twirling dance so often witnessed in the fall months. You find yourself awakening where you had spent in the previous night after your hard-pitched fight against Banehowl. Be it in your room at the Stinky Newt to other bed chambers you could possibly have spent the E-bet, you find yourselves eventually meeting at the pub hall of the Stinky Newt to plot your next course of action, as you only have 2 days to gather your evidence and present it to Sylvia for the big trial. But for now, we're waking up in the morning. Does anyone have anything meaningful they want to do before meeting up at the Stinky Newt?
Oleander stops in for a room to change yet again. Just into something a little bit, less elegant, but still elegant because it's Oleander.
Just less revealing, got it. Okay.
Potato.
Yeah, okay. So
Subjective.
Anyway, you do a walk of, I mean, you really can't call it a walk of shame. Sylvia is a stunner. So you do that, and you return. As you're Walking out of your bedchamber, having changed from the previous night's affairs, you bump into none other than your good old buddy Soren. Walk of Fame, thank
Chris
you.
in the chat, yeah.
Walk of Fame, there we go.
Amazing.
It's an old joke, but it checks out. Oh, Oleander, you seem to be up early this morning, getting after it, eh?
Oh, well, you know, we have a busy day ahead of us.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, so you're pretty relaxing night then.
Oh, yeah, you could say that.
Lots of sleep. That's good. All right, well, I'll see you at breakfast then.
How about you? Did you have a productive evening?
Yep, read a lot of books. Got some actual sleep. Mended my clothing. Stuff like that, you know. All the rips and tears from the last battle, they were really bothering me, so I decided to mend them.
Yeah, I can imagine how frustrating that must be.
Yeah, it's tough, but... Alright, well, I'll see you at breakfast.
Yeah, I will, you know, see you there. Might as well go change again.
All right, sorry.
Flashback to wherever we're staying when Oleander's about to come in, and Zara and Constance are eating breakfast, and I'm sure Constance is regaling Azara with how she maybe is going to give Sugar another try, but she's a little worried. I am
right.
so fearful.
Well, moderation is key.
I knew a moderation once. She was very nice.
Oh?
That's all I have.
All right. So anyway,
That's it.
sorry. I'm making sure my fish tank looks good on stream. So you meet in the growing familiarity in the pub hall of the Stinky Newt Cider House. What a name. Constance has been so kind. Constance and Azara have been so kind as to save a lounge table by the fireplace and window, giving you a look at the morning bustle of Shiverdelve as you watch a newspaper peddler looking to sell their media outside the cider house. The bright-eyed paladin and the violet-haired cleric scoot over to make room in the cushioned leather seat of the lounge booth for you. On the table, being set before you by an old dwarven barmaid, cigarette hanging out of her mouth, is a breakfast of hot motherwort tea, a glass of cold red currant cordial, some freshly baked blueberry tarts with meadow cream, and a plate of hazelnut truffles. A once-in-a-blue-moon special, as it's called. With a complete breakfast set in front of you, you can begin planning your endeavors or talking about last night's accomplishments.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix something on my character sheet.
Well, do we have any particular plans for the day?
Sorry, I was just taking in the moment. I think we're gonna go to the Aether Company, right?
I believe that was part of the plan.
Yeah, I think it would be best to do that as soon as possible before they can try to cover any more of their tracks.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we should actually really get moving. I was on my way yesterday to see a lady about a gun, and I was stopped by some really just ugly ogres. They were just ugly guys. There was like a weird comment about him being like more attractive than me, so I just wanted to flesh out that. Anyways, details. Yeah, I sat down with Zebros last night, and had just a real heart-to-heart.
Really?
Yep.
How did that go?
We really got to know each other. I think I'm gonna join him.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
I don't know, seems to me like it could have gone better.
Well, so I'll see you guys later.
Later?
Nah, I'm just kidding. He did offer me to join him and keep his name out of the report. So, I mean, that all but confirms he's involved. We just have to confirm it to the public, so.
A highly suspicious behavior.
Also means he will certainly have a increased, I'm sure, watch and guard or what's not on all of his locations.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at in the sense that maybe we move quickly this morning.
Oh,
Maybe there's still chance that he has not gotten new guards out to the post yet.
Then I am ready anytime, whenever you are all done. Oleander just has like a cup of black coffee in front of Fair with this big breakfast spread.
And the dwarven bar maids the servers walking by. She's like, yeah, it's the only way to have coffee is I says black like my soul.
Okay, yes, I was very curious about that. Thank you. Oleander just like, rolls her eyes.
And the dwarf, like another dwarf walks in and she's like, oh, Jerry, there you is. Wow, come, I got the usual already set up for you. Really friendly place.
Really, people, come here for the atmosphere.
Anyway, shall we go?
Yeah, I am ready.
Indeed, let us make haste.
Alrighty, so, okay, what's up?
Once we are like out and going and not in public anymore, want to pull Soren aside, just hang back a little bit.
What can I do for you?
I feel as though I should warn you. Got a bit lost in the shuffle considering all the things that were going on. You remember Oixby? And
The Cruel, yeah.
wow, I forgot his name. What's the Tabaxi's name?
Oh, Dr. Jewel Crawford.
Do you recall that Tabaxi merchant, Jewel Crawford?
Yeah, he seemed to know my family, yeah, so.
They are one and the same, I believe. And I suspect maybe a Rakshasa.
How much does Soren know about Rakshasa?
Why don't you give me an intelligence roll and see?
I don't have
How much did you... Maybe you should have paid more attention to Emmy when they told you these things.
I literally don't even have my dice out, so I mean, Soren doesn't do much correctly, let alone pay attention.
Nice.
That's pretty good. 16.
16. So you do understand that in the Felper lore, Rakshasa are their fiends, their devils, the liars who are not who have not atoned for their lies. Those are the Rakshasa. They are deceptive, shape-shifting, and they do like putting curses on people. That's a favorite pastime of theirs. And they got the reversed hands, the telltale sign. Scourge's guide to the Shadowfell says, beware of, always be sure to shake a Felper's hand to make sure that they're not actually a Rakshasa.
Yeah, alright, well, yeah, I know a little bit about Rakshasas. I read a book by this one guy that I would really like to meet sometime. And yeah, anyways, it was about, how devious they are. Nothing I'm sure you don't already know, but, that's really not good.
It gets worse. Some nights ago, I had a dream that I suspect was more than a simple nightmare. I believe Crawford is after the Heart of Dreams. I told him quite honestly that I don't know where it is, and I should not know where it is. But considering I gave it to you, you should take care.
Right, I will. I I guess for no reason. Just in the event that I am let's say the worst happens. Like, let's say tomorrow, okay? Just to throw a date out there. Let's say I get arrested tomorrow. And do you want me to keep the heart with me, or should I give it back to you in this exchange?
I don't want to know what you do with it. Just ensure that it is safe and not with me.
All right. Okay, I'll be careful, but there's something a little freeing about people constantly chasing after you. In the sense that I'm less afraid that this person is also on the hunt, but I'll keep it safe.
The Moonlit King knows my true name, which means he has a power over me that I resent.
Yes. Yeah, I did promise not to give it back to you, so
I can't be trusted with it.
All right. I think, for what it's worth, I think you could overcome even the power of a true name. I think you're much stronger than you realize, and I think that you'll lead this group to whatever goal they're chasing towards.
That's very kind of you, Soren.
Trying to be kinder.
It's working. You're doing a good job.
Thank you. Alright, well, you be careful too. Just because he knows that you don't have it doesn't mean he's not going to be a dick to you still.
And I don't think he believed me when I said I didn't have it.
Fair enough. On a side note, am I going to turn into a Rakshasa? I lie a lot.
You're not a Fulper.
Alright, well, that's good. Alright, just something to think about. It's like, can you trust me if I'm gonna be the Rakshasa? And he just spirals a little bit and keeps walking.
So you walk the cobblestone streets of Shiverdelve, a strong tension hanging in the air. Folk that recognize you as the Emerald Caravan stop to greet you. Thank you for giving it to the werewolves. Most folk you encounter are armed to some degree, even if it's just wearing a humble dagger or pistol on their belt. Their eyes are oh, way to go. They're referencing an article that they read in the newspaper in the morning about your deeds.
Oh, well, I think it might be a good idea if we stop and see what is going on.
Oh,
Agreed.
it's such a shame that Shaw is not here. He would be so excited for this.
Well, let's wait and see what they say first.
Oh.
I'm sure it is fine. Everybody seems happy to see us. It is kind of nice.
Oh, yes. I would very much hope it is not bad. So, I would like to find a newspaper.
You got it. Look, Shaw would be excited as long as the article doesn't use the R word. Rookies. Okay, I'm going. So you are able to easily find a paper boy, girl, child, whichever peddler, and you are able to buy today's edition of the paper. There's a handy dandy, spandy pandy handout, and the article that you instantly recognize. You're the front page.
Oh my!
You made the front page news. Silverblade Nomad survives werewolf den. Emerald Caravan saves the day. Looks like their printing press had a bit of a problem this morning and they just needed to get the story out before correcting it. So the story reads, a pair of visiting Silverblade nomads had offered their service to Shiverdelve with our lycanthrope problem, and they had set forth to investigate an alleged werewolf den on the southern tip of Wolf Moon Ridge to aid Delve Shire that has been plagued with werewolf attacks since Ishkama. The nomads set out about a week prior and had not returned from their quest. The worst fate for the pair was assumed, but fortunately, speculation proved incorrect when an adventuring party affiliated with the O'Pricks Academy in Ren's Run, known as the Emerald Caravan, went looking for the missing nomads when they were informed of their disappearance. Sapphire of the Moon had survived her ordeal at the hands of what has been described as werewolf cultists. Her brother, Oleander, did not survive the ordeal, and according to her statement, he was used in a blood ritual being conducted by what can only be just only possibly be a cult devoted to Lycus. More disturbing, it would appear that the pariah enclave outside of town may have more to do with what occurred and what has happened around Shiverdelve, according to the Silverblade Nomad. Who else could be responsible besides the foe who harbor lycanthropes? Beasts. Who else could it possibly be? Asks a weary and maimed Sapphire. Despite there being no hard evidence of the pariah enclave's involvement, Sheriff Jennings sees the victim's comments as vindication. The sheriff told the Howler, "She's a Silverblade Nomad. They're experts on matters of the werebeast, so I think the good people of Shiverdelve should heed her testimony. Sapphire of the Moon's testimony will surely be of utmost value for the trial of Amaranth." According to witnesses, the Emerald Caravan, it goes on, and then the article even mentions how no one in the caravan could have been contacted for comment.
Oh.
Oleander, that was his name.
You look not close at all.
Oh.
They didn't even try to contact us. This seems like biased reporting.
I mean, it's certainly known to happen. You should not believe everything you read in the papers. And Oleander is actually, as she's saying this, is tearing a different article out. And just sort of sticking it in her pocket.
I find myself deeply disappointed in Sapphire. Thought her above such prejudice.
Yes, that's unfortunate. Well, hopefully she gets the care she needs. Oleander, sorry.
Are you serious right now?
He had to die.
Oleander, what did you cut out of the newspaper?
What are you talking to me?
Yes, Oleander, of course yes.
Oh, you say I was not sure because that is not what you called me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you though?
No.
Yeah, I did not think so, and it is none of your business what I pulled out of the paper.
Alright, well.
We should get going. I actually have something I would rather discuss away from prying eyes. And like not looking at anybody, she just marches off.
Constance will bound along after Fair.
What got into Oleander?
I suspect that did.
She's like grumbling in Covithian, like Constance can hear as she's like shuffling away with Ida. It's like, oh, scheiße Arschlich.
I don't speak Covithian, but I don't think that was nice.
I don't think you need to speak Covithian to get the idea.
Yeah, I understood that one somewhere deep.
Also, look at that. Look at those photos in that. Who's the photographer for this paper? Woof.
Where is it?
It's in the Roll20 underneath handouts, books and writing, newspapers. Because I've got a whole bunch of categories. Because y'all got a lot of stuff. Well, yeah, it's the most recent one.
Okay.
They're labeled by date.
And players will be able to see what Oleander tore out.
Yeah, you could go buy another one if you're that curious. And they're
Oh,
so
we got this in our
Absolutely,
handouts, actually. We
Yeah,
should
it
do that
is.
for-
So the article in question for the audience who cannot read along with us, Inquisitor von Zeppenstein, seen in Ren's Run. There's a nice picture of him sitting well dressed and finely groomed. Reports from Ergovel stated that on the 9th of Lycus, Carnifex von Zeppenstein of the Covithian Inquisition was spotted at the embassy in Ren's Run, where he was requesting an audience with Lady Katarina Steele. If permitted entry, this would be the first time in 10 years that von Zeppenstein and Lady Steele had met since the elimination of the last major biomancer enclave after their campaign, their crusade into Duskwind Vale. The potential audience surely sparks suspicion, considering how recent the Emperor's Hammer elimination of the monks at Bright Star Abbey in Old Pashnu is. And when asked about the matter, the Inquisitor commander stated, "Although the events at Bright Star were unnecessary, I can assure you my son Apollo would not enforce our laws with such force unless the group presented a clear and present danger to the citizens of the Empire." Von Seppenstein was not specific about his reasoning for seeking an audience, blah, 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 blah. So, bada bing. That's a fun newspaper. But yes, Oleander is visibly very grumpy about the mention of Von Zeppenstein in the newspaper.
Or Zara is pretty upset as well.
Poor Zara, yeah, that's fair.
As Constance is following after Oleander, with Oleander being upsetty, Constance will Oleander, I do have a question. If you are not too upset to maybe answer it.
I think you see Oleander sort of physically take a moment to calm down before just turning to Constance and smiling like totally fine. Just like, of course, Constance, I'm not upset at you. What can I help you with?
Oh, it is just that newspaper clipping was rather troubling. You do not think that Fenris, one of the members of this druid enclave, yes?
Oh, yeah?
Do you believe what is written in the paper?
About his enclave?
Yes.
I do not. I am very sure that he, at least, would not stand for anything like this. I know he was raised better.
I worry about who we make allies with, and though I know that he is also clairvoyant, and it is difficult to I do not know how to fully express what I am thinking.
It can be hard to know who to trust sometimes.
Exactly. What if this is fake news?
Well, honestly, for you in the Empire, I would absolutely say that they've probably even libeled what it is Sapphire has said, but we are not, so...
But I do not want to...
But I don't believe that Fenris would do anything to hurt others like this.
I would like to trust in the Enclave and in the Druids, but I also would like to trust in Sapphire.
Well, I don't know Sapphire at all, but I know... Oleander, sort of stumbles over the name for a second and corrects herself. But I know, Fenris is a good person. He helped me a lot when I was younger, and in a sort of bad place. So, I think he can be trusted.
This is all just, it is very confusing, and there is no straightforward answer or anyone explaining what I should do, so thank you for helping me to understand.
I'm glad to do my best, Constance. I know that things can be sort of overwhelming when you leave home for the first time.
Indeed.
Especially if you feel alone. So, if you ever need anything, I'm glad to do what I can, okay?
As long as no one else leaves. I am tired of people leaving.
Well, Oleander's face actually sort of darkens when Constance says, "It's like, well, you unfortunately can't always control what others do. But I don't think anyone here has any plans to go anywhere anytime soon, for instance."
Thank you. Should we rejoin the others, or are we off on our own adventure?
Oleander just sort of like counts backwards quietly from like 10 for a moment. It's like, okay, yeah, I suppose we might as well rejoin the group. I actually have something to show you all.
Oh, okay.
Where do we go back? Oleander is looking not at Soren at all.
Soren's
like-
looking right at Oleander.
Cold shouldering. I think Ida's glaring at Soren. Like the dog
Growling
can
just a
tell.
little bit. The very deep rumble.
Right?
Stop peeing on my leg, dog.
It's like when the Siberian Husky just gives attitude. It just
Yeah,
just kind of
right.
jumps a little bit like.
Anytime Soren gets too close.
Yep, just like a little like the head goes down, butt goes up.
I'm literally a dog person. I'll just like keep talking to her.
You are a cat person.
I don't like cats. Everyone says that I should like cats, but I don't.
And as you're walking the cobblestone streets of Shiverdelve, let's see. You cross the great stone bridge that connects the town on the other side of the river in the vertical garment district. You cross past the splendidly decorated Wailing Painting Art Gallery, a sign out front advertising an art show hosting an artist from the faraway kingdom of Antikos and their work. As you pass through the garment district, you notice folk are already out shopping for formal wear for the Dance of the Dead, or as it is referred to by some contemporaries who are on the more conservative side, the Day of the Fallen. You glance into windows as you walk through the elevated stone walkways of the garment district windows, displaying somber styles, but in the highest of fashion. Oleander, you've probably come to Shiverdelve in the past to shop what they've got when you were tired of what was the selection in Ren's Run. Soren, watchers have a good habit of picking up when they themselves are being watched. You can't help but notice the pair of finely dressed half-ogres who've been following you since you entered the garment district. They wear fine jackets and velvet hats and look like proper gents, but the bulge from the breast of their jacket betrays the fact that these goons are strapped. You could try and lose them in the crowd, but the Emerald Caravan has a habit of sticking out like a sore thumb. One of your companions glows in the dark and the other one has purple hair. It's not like you're exactly dressing subtly yourself, either. Your companions, you're all anything but sneaky and subtle. The opportunity, though, to make your move to lose them is now or never, because once you hit Market Row, there's no good place to duck away.
Alright, is there like fruits, like stands, like food carts out or anything?
Oh yeah,
like
there's carts
that?
and stuff out, and there's like a lot of like carts, wagons being horse-drawn by to transport fabric and stuff throughout the garment district.
Okay, I'm gonna turn the party down an alleyway with like an apple cart and just be like, "Say, sir, how much is a nice shiny apple today?"
Oh, yeah, nice shiny apple. That's gonna be 1 silver piece for this golden delicious. And it produces like this fine-looking apple.
I think you're severely underselling yourself, sir. I could at least 20 silver for that apple.
Well, it's a done deal.
I'm going to go and get into my pouch and just like really search around for 20 silver and just like nonchalantly kick the legs out on the apple stand and just hopefully make like an avalanche that takes over the entire alleyway.
Give me a strength skill check as you try to knock over the stand.
Super strong. Apparently I am strong. 18.
So you you're able to make it look subtle. You just kind of like kick your leg out and like you do it as like the donkey's brain, and like it makes it just like the stand just kind of collapses and all these apples begin tumbling into the streets.
I'm gonna just as the man I'm sure is like going for his apples to try to save them. I'm just gonna slip like 25 silver in his pocket throw an apple at the ogres and just walk away.
And the ogres are just like they're very disappointed. They're just watching all these apples roll in front of them as you're causing like a major traffic jam in this crossroads here, and they're just like they look at each other and they just kind of turn around and begin walking away.
As they do that, I'm just gonna like grab like Constance and Azara by like the hands and be like, all right, let's go. And I'm just gonna like push them forward.
Stop to help.
Yeah, let's go. No helping. He's fine. I paid him.
Oh, we are going. Okay.
Why are we going?
What are you doing?
Oh my god. Well, you guys didn't even see that, huh? All right. Well, there's two ogre gentlemen from last night. You remember the handsome one?
Oh,
It's
yes.
not him.
Oh.
Two other ogres were following us, and I don't really like these ogres specifically. So.
I do not think you should judge people based on their appearance, Soren.
No, but they do work for Zebros, and I am absolutely willing to judge them on that.
Yes, you're both correct.
Oh, sounds like that meeting went really great, huh, Soren?
Not
Thanks
as good
for
as yours.
getting us- No, definitely not. Try not to be too jealous.
Am
I
I
I want to
still
just
need to
like
swing by
yell
the
at each other
apothecary.
sometime, Oleander. Do you just want to like yell?
I
sounds
am
fun.
confused.
I don't know.
Am I supposed to also have business meetings?
I didn't have any business meetings either.
Oh,
Well, you know, if you ever want to, I'm sure we can help you find something to do.
I do enjoy feeling useful.
Lander's just like having fun now. Like, yeah, they don't get it. Well, anyway, if we need to, are we still being followed, Soren?
I hit him in the head with the apple. It's an old trick. He's gone.
But do we still want to go to the Aether Mines now? I don't know if this changes anything.
Before we leave town, we should head by an apothecary or something of that description, because I am all out of healing potions.
I still have a few if you, would like.
Well, you're crossing by the alchemist shop in Market Row, and unfortunately, due to the werewolf problems, shipping's kind of sucked lately. No one wants to be sending stuff here, and all the carts and whatnot are being intercepted by werewolves. There are no healing potions for sale.
I have some
Yeah,
spares.
Oleander, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Are you telling me there's a logistics issue going on in this world?
You're goddamn right there is.
Thigh stop.
Constance, do you need any potions?
Let me check my bag / character
Okay.
sheet.
Yes, I see you have so many bags to go through.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
like, shoot
This one
Soren
is
a look.
Soren. This one is
She's
Soren's,
still
and
carrying
this
your
one is
bag?
mine. And this
Yes.
is some things that Shaw forgot behind when he left and turned into a giant dragon. Anyway, I think.
Constance,
Yeah, I do
how's
have some health
processing that
potions.
whole Sean Dragon thing going for you? It sounds
Not
like it's going
well.
not great.
Well, first Emmy left, and then Shaw turned into a dragon and disappeared. So I'm not developing abandonment issues at all.
Don't worry, I'm sure, you know, Oleander said no one's planning to leave anytime soon.
Also, don't worry, there's definitely nobody else in the party who has
Yeah.
deep set abandonment issues.
No, not at all.
None.
Not me.
Guys, I found some health potions in my bag.
I have 2 health potions, by the
Pat's
way.
campaign, you can fit so many abandonment issues in this bad boy.
Pat's campaign, there's so much trauma in this bad boy.
Constance just becomes a hoarder.
Yeah, so anyway,
Yeah, Oleander will give Azara a potion.
so
and
as you're
Constance
handing out
needs
your
one.
potions, you kind of hear a hoarse whinny, and there's Sylvia done up in her regale of armor, her pyrotechnic goggles with the wings on, the Valkyrie wings on it resting on her head, and she rides towards the group, and she's just like, "Oh, good morning. There were reports of werewolves by the Toadstool Village. That's on the map. That's northeast of town. So I'm taking a contingent of the finest Valkyries I have to make sure that they're well defended. Just figured I'd let you folks know in case looks around, you discover anything."
But, like, Greatly appreciates the check-in, Lady Sylvia. Oleander's face just like brightens.
Aw.
Yeah. And she'll kind of lower her voice, be like, we are actually heading towards, we thought we would tour the Aether facilities. And, I've never seen such an enterprising industrial setup before.
Oh, it's, according to Zebros, it is the pinnacle of technological development in the western half of the western hemisphere of the Maywictian continent. I think it's kind of a sore sight, but we all have our opinions. I wanted you to have this for good luck, and kind of pulls you close. And there's a little, like, there's a sunset fire rose left in your hand. And she just kind of gets back up onto the horse. Well, good luck with your endeavors. Perhaps then we shall meet again tonight.
I certainly hope so. Be safe in your travels.
Of course, and you as well. All right, come on, sisters. Let's go make sure the halflings are okay.
Oleander's just like grinning to herself.
What a 360.
Business meeting, was it?
Please tell me that Soren said that out loud.
He did.
Well, there's no need to be, rude just because my meeting went so much better than yours.
Mine was with an evil mastermind. Yours was with an attractive person. There's no comparison. It's apples and oranges, and I'll give her an apple, or her an apple.
Or just sort of like takes it as like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, she doesn't say it out loud, but you kind of see like just like stick it on my like wheelchair seat.
Sweet.
Like, danke. Anyway, again, we should get going because I have something else that Sylvia gave me that I actually think you will be very interested in seeing.
I have an ointment for. Sorry.
Oleander just like rolls her eyes.
Oh.
Like, well, at least I could find someone to apply any if I needed it.
Oh.
I couldn't.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, do you know what episode of Futurama I was watching last night? The one with Alcazar, and I'm just picturing the two rats and the pig.
They're getting married. That show has no right being so good.
So good.
Anyway, Oleander's mood is definitely lifted after the exchange with Sylvia.
All right, so we making our way out of town, walking fast, faces past in the homebound. All right, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, once we're actually out of the town, safe enough, Oleander will reach into her and be like, I actually got a little gift last night that I think might help us, if not with Shaw, whenever we find them. It might be useful for whatever it is we are coming across next, and she'll pull out the blue dragon helm. This was an artifact that was actually used, I believe, to defeat Gorgoth back in the first time. So I think it would be good if one of us bought for whatever it is we are facing. It will not do me too much good. I'm a little too weak. Physically.
Zara just reaches back and pulls out this massive fucking lance that she got yesterday.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
So many exciting things.
Is that what I think it is?
Yes, I received this yesterday from Fenris.
Oh, well, he has been busy. Are you... Oleander's like amazed right now because this is like literally almost like finding a holy grail somewhere. Like, she's like, it belongs in a museum.
It's quite a blessing, but also a concerning portent of things to come.
Fenris Zebros just has this lying around in his hovel? What's a scheisse? This is
I'm not
impeccable
clear on
condition.
precisely where he got it from. I got the impression he hasn't had it for very long.
Oleander's geeking out over the Lance of Stars.
Fenris scares me a little. He just kind of pulled that out. That I don't know.
A little bit.
Whatever you guys do, don't let him in the party. That's all I'm saying.
Scare easy then.
He gave me
Anyway,
an incredible artifact of divinity. He can do whatever he wants.
Be a shame if Soren wasn't around to say no.
what a shame.
What a shame. Be a real shame.
We're having too much fun with this.
We really are.
Party balance you got there. It'd be a shame if something happened to it.
You know, it's just I hope the audience enjoys like understanding that the GMs are gonna switch as well. Like there's an element of fun to it where it's just like you're gonna be leaving, and I'm stacking this party up with magic items. So when I join,
I
you
want
can't fucking
that
kill
one and
us.
that one.
Soren's like, I'm gonna take all of these, and then I'm gonna fucking leave. So all right. So anyway, let's see. You make your way through the wooded foothills of the Wolf Moon Ridge. So as you're making your way there, it's important to note that try to move quickly, because every second you can shave off precious time on the clock. Every passing minute grows much more important, as each moment that goes by brings you closer to the Guild Council's tribunal. So far, you have found strong evidence for Sylvia's case for the Druid Enclave. You also know you're going to need solid proof exonerating the Druid Enclave given the current circumstances. As you're making your way through the wooded foothills, the warm sun has disappeared behind gray clouds that threaten heavy rain. Soren, you remember a good piece of advice as you're kind of, realizing the gravity of the situation that your father once gave you. It only takes one shot to turn a mob into a riot. Those words echo in your mind as tensions certainly are high at this time. Why don't we go around, have the characters quickly describe, kind of their thoughts and feelings as we're kind of now going into the sequence of events that'll take us through the finale.
I feel like Constance kind of expressed herself already, where she is upset at that people are leaving, trying to keep her new little family together, and scared that she may not be able to trust everybody, because she wants to trust literally everybody.
Having a time. It's a time. There's a lot happening for her. For this particular set of events, she's mad and disappointed and sad and angry, and she's seen one massacre against a group of people that didn't deserve it, and she does not want to see that again. And she's also furious that, she's had enough of powerful people using that power on innocents to further themselves.
All right.
She's mad.
I know. I feel like the political commentary in my campaigns it just keeps getting more and more just obvious. I feel you, Azara.
I waltzed into this campaign like trauma? Religious trauma?
We'll waltz into this campaign like a cab, motherfucker. That's Fenris waltzing into this campaign like a cab, motherfuckers. Let's go. So I get you, Azara. I get you, girl. All right, Oleander, Soren, how we feeling?
You want to go first? Or?
Go ahead.
All right. I think Oleander's. She's got a lot going on right now that people don't necessarily know about. So she's having a rough time given some of the things that we have seen and done, and is kind of feeling lost and floundering and frustrated about, honestly, even kind of being with everybody, given Soren's attitude today, especially. The way she sees it, she was just living her life, and then their friend's ghost shows up and is like, yo, come keep my friends who couldn't keep me alive. Like, Oleander's like, I'm doing y'all a fucking favor by being here because
I didn't
you
ask
got
for
your
this.
friend killed, so go off though, it's fine. That's kind of where Oleander's at right now.
I mean, I get it. Like, it's not your job to clean up this mess.
She's
I
like,
feel
I'm not
that.
even supposed to be here today.
Yeah, you could be back at work. Oh, also now your friends also got your new friends also work at the same place as you.
Oh yeah,
How
that's
fucking
true.
annoying.
Someplace where Oleander has been, like working her way from being a student for like years.
Yeah, and then your friends just roll up and they're
Here
just
we got
like,
this garbage.
yup. Oh, we were in this old grimy dungeon. Yeah, I get you. All right, Soren, how you feeling?
I don't know. I don't really know how Soren's feeling. I think that he's like angry, but I don't think he really knows what he's angry towards. I think that he's angry that he's fucking here in the first place.
Oh my god.
But at the same time, like, I guess he's more angry about last night more than previous events. He's angry that, maybe 2 months ago, Soren would have been swimming in fucking cash right now and brought the biggest deal home to his family ever. But, so he's been softened up by the party and he feels soft now and he's mad about it.
Yo.
Oh, baby. All right, so everyone's feeling pretty great. That's what I'm gathering from this. Doing great. We're gonna all
Having
Doing
fun.
good.
Amazing.
we're gonna all just keep it right here, and then one day we'll die. Maybe today.
He's also very
Oh,
amused
no.
today, bickering with Oleander, so he's enjoying that. But
All right. You reach the foot of Wolf Moon Ridge and gaze upon what can only be described as the pinnacle of technological development and industry in Everencia. Massive steel beams support the impossibly huge hammer drill that heaves painfully slow upward, groaning as metal creaks and scrapes, and as the giant piston it raises is being slowly it's just so slow. I'm trying to think of the word, but I can't think of it. Anyway, whatever hydraulic force holds this massive hammer drill for the Aether rig up, it drops it. And as it hits the ground into the ridge, there's a cacophonous boom that causes the earth and air around you to tremble. Flames shoot from tall smokestacks as machinery whirs and cranks, pulling Aether out of the wells in the ground that the hammer had dropped into. This is those of you who've read about an Aether rig hammer drill like this knows that it can sometimes take up to 6 hours to raise that massive drill. There's a whole encampment that's been built up around the Aether rig with rail tracks running throughout. Tanker rolling stock sits in rows connected on the tracks waiting to be transported. There's a group of workers who pound away at steel tracks winding up and down the cliffside of the ridge. A steam carriage zooms by you, resembling a covered cargo wagon. The engine sputters and hisses as the wheels turning over gravel hum by. Beneath the canvas tarp is a metallic, cylindrical container that loopy echoes can be heard from within. You enter the gates of a wooden palisade that protects the rig from supposed werewolves or saboteurs of a competing company. As you walk into the encampment surrounding the stone building that is constructed at the foot of the steel bracket of the rig, you see a jacketless Zebros in a white shirt with sleeves rolled up, wearing a thick metal hat with the light on the center. It's like a miner's hat. He's got his suspenders dropped from the shoulders that bounce at his hips as he's kind of walking throughout the camp, giving orders and stopping and talking to various foremans and things. So you're here.
We're here.
Okay, where do we start?
Well, I get the sense this sort of level of skullduggery might be something Soren may be more familiar with than any of us, but what do I know? Besides many things. Oleander like adds that last bit like right under her breath. And I know Chris is
there
eating.
An office or a central command?
I mean, you could just stop Zebros and just be like, hey.
No, let's not do that.
No?
Yeah,
Well,
has he seemed to notice that we're here yet?
he kind of has the idea that there's someone there waiting, but he's like busy.
I'm disguising self until further notice.
Hey, would bad weather shut down the operation for a time?
Potentially. I mean, that's a big ass thing. You don't want swaying in the wind.
What's the radius of fog on my cloak?
It's decently chunky. Like a good 60-foot radius. You could probably cover a decent like a football field with that shit.
Okay.
American.
How many football fields is this?
The camp is probably like, oh Jesus, it's big, like 6.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Oh damn! Which direction is the wind moving?
Whichever direction you want it to be moving for the sake of narrative convenience.
Okay. And was there some kind of office or control?
Yeah, there's definitely there's definitely an office around here. There's buildings that are kind of just barracks, equipment sheds, garages for the various steam carriages. And there's definitely like a foreman's building where they would, have the plans and everything, like an office that does the administrative bullshit.
Okay. I think we want to start with administrative bullshit, correct?
Administrative bullshit.
Well, if this was a mission that I was running back home, half of us would be directed to stopping the rig. The other half would be doing administrative bullshit. If you want me to stealthily sneak in and do administrative bullshit, I'm happy to do that. I don't think we need all 4 of us in the plate mail and the...
And that's when you hear a voice behind you. What do you not need all 4 of you for?
I'm disguised.
Hello.
And they're standing behind you is Jepprey Zebos with who appears to be the foreman of this rig operation, the administrator, a nerdy looking type.
Guten
Mr.
Tag.
Zebros.
Hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
I see you've come to marvel at what modern technology looks like, instead of just carrying the swords at your hips.
I like my sword.
Well, it's certainly quite a sight to behold. Even in Ren's Run, I have never seen a rig set up quite like this. It is quite marvelous. I was wondering if perhaps we might get a tour.
Oh, I'd love to. I would love to show you around. And you're Lady Morgenstern, correct?
Yeah, that is me. If you're actually, I don't know if you have ever sent copies of your blueprints or anything to the Oprix Academy archives. We would certainly love to.
Oh, no. Trademarked.
Oh, certainly. Well, that is understandable. If there's any sort of documentation that you would like to donate to the library, I would be sure that our headmaster would be well aware of your very generous donation.
And, as you're making your way towards the inside of the rig, no, that's the nerdy guy's like, yeah.
I'm gonna try to slip away from the tour at
Yeah,
the first convenient
Oleander's
corner.
trying to be
Yeah.
like, focus.
All right, so
For the record, I look like a big half-orc dude.
all right, nice.
Someone will have to pull Constance away from the tour if they want her to come with.
Perfect.
All right, you are led into the structure built into the cliffside of the ridge. Zebros beckons you to board a small cart on a steel track that's a fraction of the size of the rail outside. He drones on about how the carts are powered by blue aether that sends electricity through the tracks to transport the aether they're mining down below to the surface. Or at least they're
genuinely interested in this.
Oh, goody. He is utilizing a similar method to power his rail outdoors. The cart shifts abruptly as it stops to descend down an elevator designed to carry the cart down the stone shaft. The gears of the cranks and pulleys whir and creak, echoing throughout the hollow chamber. The cart jerks forward when the elevator reaches the floor of the scaffold-lined cave. A pool of green aether glows and bubbles in a dripping crevice. Zebros was gloating about how the Aether Rig and his company are up to the Labor Coalition's safety standards. You're not exactly sure on what exactly safety standards look like, but common sense would tell you to keep the explosives away from the extremely volatile green aether. Wood scaffolding and supports groan beneath the weight of the massive Aether Rig overhead. Let's see. So the cavern has been carved away. That does leave massive stone pillars to support the megastructure above. Soren, you can try and break away at this point if you like.
Yes, please.
All right.
I need to roll.
Dexterity.
Oh, I need to rework my backgrounds that level up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good though. 19.
All right, Soren, you're able to slip away from the group here. You're kind of able to duck into the caves ahead where there's the explosives that are hidden, and you notice that the cave extends and far beyond, and you peek your head around the corner of the other side. Aether drips down into a chasm far below that's been dug out, ladders leading down the way. The rest of you are being led through the cavern here. And he begins to lead you through the tunnel, Zebros here. The foreman begins to laugh maniacally as Zebros is kind of just droning on about what eventually starts to sound like utter nonsense and is just kind of like, and then the wolf of Eden shall feast upon your face. As Zebros's form then begins shifting from the sinister-looking half-ogre into the form of a woman with fox-like features and four tails adorned in the traditional armor of the samurai warriors of Shivar. She dons a golden fox mask with cylindrical canisters flanking the mouth. As her compatriot, the foreman shifts into an Inari form, unsheathing a flaming blade that in a fell swoop ignites gunpowder that's been embedded into the ceiling, causing an uproarious explosion from above. Stone, earth, and aether pour in from overhead, and you only have moments to react before you are made into emerald pancakes. Except for Soren. Soren, with your successful stealth check, you were able to bypass this little thing. So we're going to roll initiative at this point. We're going to be entering that good old structured time.
A classic Oleander initiative of 8.
Oh, goody.
I'm 11.
You know, terrain changes really throw fair off.
Yeah.
20.
20 for Azara?
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to roll?
No, you're good. Yeah, do roll your initiative, but you're not going to have to do the first part.
24.
Jesus.
Damn.
Shit, Soren.
Right?
He's in his element, sneaking around, doing shit. Not punching people in the face.
We're trying to shoot them.
Yeah, or shooting his fucking gun. Anything but that.
Alright, one moment here. Alright. So, Soren, you are on this side. There's a D4. There's one. Azara, you're gonna end up on the same side as Soren. Constance and Oleander, you're gonna end up on this side together.
Oh no.
So, there's a cave-in that is separated to the two halves of the party. We'll get to that after we go through this first turn here. Soren, you don't have to make the dexterity check to dodge rocks and shit. Azara, can I get a dexterity check from you to dodge rocks and shit?
Oh, good lord. Not bad, actually. 18.
Okay, so you're able to kind of get out of the way of the falling rubble and dive to safety without thinking, and you end up on the same side as Soren. You notice, both you and Soren, you begin to notice that the drawing air through the dust that's kind of floating in on this side, it's difficult. There's not a lot of oxygen to work with over here.
Pull my cloak over my mouth.
Alrighty, Constance, dexterity check, please.
Yeah, boy. Okay.
Do you need one for Oleander too, or?
I will, yes.
Okay. Because I'm like, I'll just roll now.
This is actually everyone's first turn, technically.
Gotcha.
Do I get to add any stuff or no?
Background and dex.
All right. Can I add obstacle course champion?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, 9.
All right, Constance, you try your best, but you're too concerned about making sure everyone else gets out safely, and you end up taking a stone that kind of falls, hits you in the head, and Constance, you're gonna be left dazed here.
Oof.
And then Oleander, what'd you get?
I got a 15.
All right, Oleander, you are able to get through. Constance was able to help kind of get you, save you from being hit by one of these falling stones. And with that, we'll go to escalation die 1 now. All right, so my friends, please note the following hazards on the map. Radiation's not I think we've all figured out at this point in the campaign that radiation's not a good time. Do note, players on the left turn half, there is an asphyxiation warning. You're on low O2. You get up to the escalation die 1 plus your constitution modifier. At the end of that turn, you pass out.
Is that plus our level or just our straight con mod?
Just your 1 plus your con mod. What's your con mod?
Well, my con mod is 2.
So you'll be at the end of the escalation die being 3, you will pass out. Soren, what's yours?
1.
All right, at the end of your turn after the escalation die is 2, you will pass out. All right, so the escalation die is at 1. So now the bad guys have disappeared. The Inari have kind of disappeared into the shadows and taken an advantageous position during the chaos of the cave-in. But there is a special action that you can use called Dig Dug. If you will basically tell me what does your character do to try and clear stones. You can describe them using various abilities, either their brute strength, using things to get leverage. Maybe they even use magic to help them out. Whatever you have in mind. I'll have you make a skill roll based on that. So the stat plus the background plus the level. And then based on that, I'll tell you what to roll to help start clearing chunks away. Alrighty. So with that, Soren, you're up. What would you like to do here?
Great question. So, yeah. All right. I honestly don't know. I don't really have a spell for this, but can I just say for flavor?
Yeah,
I'm
just
gonna,
flavor it.
Yeah, unchain my book and just start reading just rapidly through the pages, and it just starts to float out in front of him, and I'm just gonna try to magically smash my way through these rocks.
All right, give me a charisma skill check plus background. Yeah, I figure you'll have a background for it.
Nope. You'd be wrong.
It's all right, Soren, I get ya.
20.
20. All right, Soren, with a 20, roll 2d8.
Uh, 10.
All right, Soren, you begin clearing away some of this rubble here, and the rubble pile is getting smaller as you're blasting it with magic from your book. You're reading something that essentially that kind of reads like the 1812 overture. And cannons kind of jump out of the book, and there's little goblins with bazookas that jump out and just fire cannonballs at the rock mound. It does get significantly smaller in front of you as you begin digging your way out. Izara, it is your turn.
I'm muted. I'm going to pull out the Lance of Stars and start Javelin of Faithing my way out.
Go for it. Give me a javelin of faith roll then.
Okay. Bad, very bad. That's only an 8. I rolled a 3.
So your javelin of faith, Azar, it's hard to see with all the dust going on. It's hard to breathe. You almost hit Soren with the javelin as he's clearing, and it causes him to stop clearing the rocks for a moment there. With that, Constance, you are up. What's up? Then clear the rocks. Yeah, go for it if that's what you want to use, if that's how you're going to do it. There we go. "14. Constance, you just begin heaving rocks at Oleander. You swear you see Constance just kind of use one hand to just throw a boulder at some point. Just, and Constance, you're able to clear away one layer of the stone, the rubble here. All right, Oleander, it is your turn.
You just hear like a sort of whoa, like watching Constance like tear shit apart.
Right.
And Oleander's gonna wave her hand and use like generate her skeletal mage hand, but just for like narrative flavor, sort of try to like you see her like concentrate harder, and her like creepy magic sort of spreads out where it wouldn't normally for something like this. And I rolled an 18.
Nice.
To lift things with a mage hand, you know.
With an 18, 2d8, please.
2d8. I don't need any d8s. I didn't have one ready. That's 5?
All right, so you begin clearing away the other stone pile, the pile of rubble that's in front of Constance here. You're able to kind of clear some of it, but you can't chuck boulders like Paladin Girl over here.
I have one skeletal hand.
And with that, the escalation die goes up. Soren, Izara, it is getting increasingly more difficult to draw a breath.
I think you see her just maybe like only go, Azara, are you okay? Not asking about Soren.
Oh my lord. So, and that's from the ceiling drops the Inari who was disguised as Jepprey Zebos. She pulls out a katana and a wakizashi as she drops to the ground. And she just kind of like lets out a hiss, like her golden, the rebreather on her mask that allows her to breathe in the low O2 environment hisses and sprays steam. And she's just like, why don't you just die already? And she runs forward and attacks Izara.
Oh no.
Oh.
Nat 20 to hit with the katana.
Yeah, fuck, yeah.
With a natural even hit, she's gonna bring the attack in, just kind of wrench the blade in as she rushes forward, and just it makes it hurt. You're gonna be drained as well from the damage from this.
That means I can't heal that back?
That is correct, and that is going to be 18 points of damage.
Oh! I need a calculator for this one. Okay, that hurt by a lot.
And after she pulls the blade out, you can just feel the wound. That wound is that one's gonna be a bit to get rid of. That one's gonna take some time to close up. And with that, Soren, it is your turn.
Passed out, right?
Not yet. At the end of this turn, you will pass out.
At the end of it?
Yeah.
Wait, real quick. Oleander shouts, "Are you okay, Zara?" Ah! The immediate response.
Oh my god.
I'm fine.
This is fine.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that, I guess in Soren's head, that he's gonna die right now, so he's gonna cast his biggest spell, even if it is a little early in the session. And I'm gonna cast Sound Burst at this.
At the fox assassin or at the big pile of rocks?
So I can get up to 4 creatures. So I'm hoping to hit her and that 3 rocks.
Yeah, they're in the zone, so it works.
Okay. All right. That 19.
All right.
21. That didn't
So,
have the escalation.
so a ghostly brigade presents a 21 gun salute for you, Soren, as like. Just, and as they're doing it, what'd you get?
24 damage.
Oh shit! Did you roll? Is that a roll to hit type deal?
Yeah. And
Okay.
she is dazed.
Nice.
And the rocks are too.
Actually, most of these rocks, yeah, you're able to blast away 2 chunks of rock with that, just and damage another one on top of it.
Nice. And I can't heal Azara, right? She's drained.
Yeah, she's drained for the 18 hit points. I don't know why I wrote 4 up there. It's 18.
I'm just gonna like coughing, just like go to Azara as it's open.
Is the entrance open now?
It's almost there. Zara, it's your turn.
And Soren passed out?
Yeah, and Soren, you are now passed out and helpless.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna try and blast the last little bit.
Anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
pretty much. That's a natural 16. Plus with
That-
them, it's plus 5, so 21.
2d8.
And I get a plus 2 for the lance, right?
Yep.
Plus my normal Javelin of Faith bonus.
Yep.
14 points of damage.
So you'll blast away 1 thing of stone and leave another one remaining. But, oh, Daddy, the explosive barrels are still there. Unexploded.
Yeah, because we're also here!
Oh, Daddy. Constance, it is your turn.
I want to keep hulking and throwing rocks away from the entrance.
Go for it.
I have not rolled over a 10 so far today. Alright, 17.
That will be a 2d6.
2d6 rocks?
Yeah.
4.
All right, the rocks, there's just a little bit left. You can start to peek through to the other side a little bit.
Can you breathe now?
Oleander, before you jump into your turn here,
Oh no.
from behind a crevice, you see the Inari flame blade approaches.
Ah, scheisse.
And as they approach, they're just, Gorgoth, take you. Runs towards you. That is a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a natural odd hit. So, Constance, you will also take the flame damage from this attack.
Okay.
Oleander, you will take, in total, 7 total. 4 of it's going to be fire, so Constance, you'll take 4 of the fire damage. As when the flame blade lashes out, the tongues of fire leap out towards Constance as well.
Okay.
Now it is your turn.
Alright. Shit, Oleander isn't gonna just ignore that. I don't know if I want to drop my big spell or not yet. I'm gonna wait a little bit, just in case, because we didn't have our break yet. So I think Oleander's just sort of like yells like startled and panicked and lashes out to try to whack with her cane, which is a magic weapon too. So I think sort of raises that up with both hands. Ooh, no, that's a 4 on the die, so it definitely won't hit. So I think she's sort of like trying to put a fire out on her dress and is also just like thrown because she was focused on trying to get the stones out when the scenario just like popped behind her.
That's fair. All right, so with that, we are back at the top of the order. The escalation die goes up to 3, and why can't I? Why is it not letting me tell me who's going next? Come on, thing. There we go. The Inari Ronin is up, and will make an attack against Izara again. Izara does a 13 versus AC hit.
Holy no.
All right, with the a natural even miss, they'll make another attack with their katana. Does a 17 versus AC hit?
No.
All right, so just lashing out with the katana and is unable to hit you. And just kind of lets out. Soren, you're up, but you're still unconscious. Would you like to, what's that?
Ooh,
I can't
fight
remember
in
the
spirit.
Yeah, fight in spirit.
I would love to fight in spirit, but I don't know what I want to do. Can I say that my goblins from the book that I summoned, the spectral goblins, are just sitting there like blasting cannonballs with the rocks still?
Sure, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. And just due to that, it's clear. Soren,
boom,
big gasp of air.
Nice job, goblins.
All right, boss. Retreat!
Yes, back
Retreat!
into the
Napoleon's coming!
Let us open the book.
And with that, the cave-in has been opened. Soren, you're conscious again, and Izara is like holding her own with the lance of stars against this Inari Ronin. And we go to Izara.
Has been like pretty brutally stabbed and is currently ignoring that to try and get out.
Yeah. The all white clothing is very, very stained with blood right now.
I can fix that.
Sure, you fix her dress.
She's nice to me occasionally.
I was before. Sort of. Now that it's like open.
All right. So, Izara, what are you doing then?
Grabbing Soren and hauling him out of this.
You gotta disengage the Inari assassin that's engaged with you in close combat.
Is that a dex roll?
It's just a flat roll, 9 plus, I believe.
Normal save, so 11 plus, I think.
Yeah, it's 11 plus. You're right, it's 11.
Well, I get a 7, so no.
All right, so you attempt to disengage, and there's just a wakizashi at your throat as you try to walk away, and she's like, "Get back in line."
Oh.
Anything else you'd like to do, Izara?
What do I have left? Do I have a quick action left?
I guess you could try and attack her, I suppose.
No, Soren, are you actually hurt, or what?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
You're the one who's hurt, but you can't heal it.
Yep, I can't do anything about that, Alex. Thank you. I'm going to... I'll start one of my invocations, I guess.
All right.
Probably my invocation of healing. Is that what I want to do? Page load. Invocation of life.
Gotcha. And does that hit everybody then?
Yep.
All right. So you, how does that work as you call upon the forces of life to keep your friends alive?
It's just a prayer. I don't think she even needs to say it out loud, but she does. And for the first time in a while, it is specifically directed to the astral star. And she mutters her quick prayer, and it's not visual. It's one of her few actions that doesn't like glitter or glow in some manner. But all of her allies feel just a little bit warmer, and a little bit stronger.
Aww. Constance, go ahead.
Alright, well, I don't like people attacking my friends, so I'm gonna turn and run towards Azara and...
Oh, you gotta cross a zone to do that.
I do?
Radioactive zone. These rocks were not cleared.
To Azara? Oh, sorry. I was looking at the wrong token. I will run to Oleander and attack whatever that scary thing is.
The Inari Flame Blade.
Yeah, not a fan. I'm gonna smite.
Alright.
Ooh, 10 on the die. Meow, 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 meow. Gonna be a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Yay! 11 damage. Oh wait, no. 16 damage.
15?
16.
Ooh. So, Constance, you come running forward, twirling the cyclone staff, and as you summon your smite, the clouds take on that radiant holy lightning as you bring it down on the flame blade who's snarling at Oleander, and it whips around. And is at the end of your turn?
Yep.
Lashes out with its flame blade towards you.
Oh, actually, and I am also going to activate my halo while I think about it.
All right. Well, I guess a nat 10 is not gonna hit you, Constance.
Probably not.
I mean, a 10. That's with nats.
Oh yeah. No.
All right. On the natural even miss, it's still going to deal fire damage to you, Constance.
Okay.
You will take 5 points of fire damage as the flame. So you're able to dodge out of the way of the blade, but those flames are hot, and they still it gets a little steamy in the plate.
Ooh.
And with that, Oleander, you are up.
Okay. If I choose to move without disengaging, is it just like I take an opportunity attack? I forget how it works. Like
yeah, if you
normally. I
don't
just remember the
disengage,
weird
yeah, if you want to
rules,
ignore
so-
it, yeah, if you ignore it, you just
Okay.
take an op attacks.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, because then that's just my like movement action. Yeah, because Oleander does not like being in melee. She is very squishy. So now that Constance is there, she's just gonna be like, ah, Donka, and try to like back up. So I'll just eat an opportunity attack. And
Yeah, that was not that's not good. That's gonna be
Okay.
a 24 to hit.
oh yeah, that'll hit.
All right.
But it's also gonna be a 23 versus Petey to hit.
All right. Yeah, that'll hit, but hold on.
Oh, sweet.
14 damage total to you, Oleander. Constance, you'll take 5 in flames.
Oh, sorry, Constance. I didn't realize I was gonna hit you. How much was it to Oleander? I'm sorry.
Total?
Yeah. What was that? To Oleander?
14?
14. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay, that was rough.
And then you do still hit with whatever you were targeting with.
Yeah. Alright, so Oleander's definitely looking rough and singed, but has retreated to this blue zone, right? Because that's just right adjacent to the purple. I can get there.
Yep, you can get there.
Alright, so she's sort of like pressing herself up against the rocks. And as she backs up, I'm gonna cast Death's Gauntlet, which is one of my cantrips.
Okay.
And the spirits of dead just sort of manifest around the Inari and start clawing at her for 8 negative damage. That is ongoing at the end of her turn, unless
Flame Blade or Ronin?
the one that I was just dealing with.
All right, the Flame Blade.
The Flame Blade. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So she would have to use her standard action to end the 8 damage at the end of every of its turns.
Shit, that's mean.
Yeah.
And as you're like summoning the spirits, it kind of like reels back as the spirits are starting to climb and crawl up it. The escalation die is going to go up. We're at escalation 4, my dear friends. So with that, the Inari Ronin is going to continue to attack Azara and be like, "Where'd you get that lance?" And that is going to be a 24 to hit versus AC.
Yup.
And the Inari will make a follow-up Wagasaji attack. That is going to be 7 points of damage with the katana. And the Wagasashi to hit is a 12 versus AC.
Nope.
Natural Odd Miss will make a whirlwind blade attack. Who's all engaged
Wow, I
with
hate
the
this
run?
motherfucker.
Alright, just you, Azara. That is going to be 13 versus PD.
No, miss.
You'll still take 5 points of damage from the miss. So the Inari just attacks with the katana and then lunges with the Wagasashi, but misses the Wagasashi and then just begins spinning around. And it's almost just like a whirl. And you've never seen someone be able to whirl around with blades so quickly. With that, Soren, you're up.
Okay. Soren gets out his gun, watches as the Zara and this creature are just fighting, and he's like, "Ah, fuck, I can't do that." And he's just gonna get out his dagger and just like run up full speed at this creature. And I rolled a nat 20 to hit.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So, but it's a dagger, so it's weak. Okay, so that's 14 points of damage.
All right.
And since it was a natural even, I'm going to use my Move It ability, and Azara can attempt another disengage check for free.
Hey.
Yes, please.
Move it.
That was even worse. That was a natural 3.
Oof. Azara, you are not able to move as Soren's like, "Get out of here!"
Right. How my blood is on the floor.
I've got this one.
All right, Azara, it is your turn. You're trying your best to get away, but the whirling blades is just it's hard to judge when you can make your getaway.
Okay. I'm really quick going to use my. Is a recovery a quick action?
Is what?
A recovery a quick action?
I believe it's a full action unless you're a fighter.
It's a standard, yeah.
Unless you're a fighter with abilities, it's a standard action.
Is a potion a quick action?
I believe a potion is. That's what
Yeah,
makes
I
them
think so.
better.
Cool,
You have to
I'm
put
done taking a potion.
Oh, really? I thought they were standard.
Are they really?
I could definitely be wrong. I thought it was like an action, but I don't know.
I don't.
Oh.
I might be thinking of giving somebody one.
Look,
You
I don't have
someone
time to
one of
reference the rules right now.
How much recovery is that?
What?
How much recovery is the potion? How many hit points do I get back?
Whatever your
recovery.
recovery is.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm doing.
That's the beauty of the
game are we
system.
playing?
That's the beauty of the system. How much do I regain? Your class tells you. I know it's different compared to most other games where it's like the game specifically tells you the item says this is how much you. I like the recovery mechanic. It's nice where it's like this is how much you gain.
Yeah, because then I know there are like some abilities where it's like you can use somebody else's recovery die. Because like Constance, I know has done that for Oleander a few times.
Yeah, that's like clutch, like to be the
Yeah.
D6 recovery die, and
As
then
much as it's physically possible for me to heal right now.
Nice.
So
don't forget you
As long
can't
as
heal
you-
18 of those.
no, I cannot. I'm at half hit points, and that's as high as I can get. I spit out a mouthful of blood, down a potion, and then say, "From a friend, would you like to see how it works?" And I'm going to try and stab with the.
All right, go ahead and stab.
Is that strength or dex?
It'll be a strength-based attack because you're using a lance.
That is not my strong suit. That's another natural 3, so I'm guessing it misses.
You try it. Zara, you're still getting used to the new weapon. It's tough. It's a bit heavier than what you're used to. And this Inari's quick like the wind and just kind of dodges deftly out of the way. Now,
it's also gigantic, and we're like 3 feet from each other.
Yeah. Now, Constance,
Yes.
right before we get to your turn,
Yeah.
in that pool of aether, you just can hear it just begins bubbling and gooping, and something just begins
Would you say it's looping?
slooping
Yep.
out of the crevasse. Wet noises as this big oozy creature
No,
approaches.
Like
Mr. Micah, where are you? We need your help with this jelly.
He's
Yeah,
not
because
gonna
he was
help.
so helpful.
Yeah.
All right, and it's going to make tree attacks against you, Constance,
What?
with its aether pseudopods. Two of those are 25s, and one of those is a 24.
Yeah, that all hits.
All right, you take 9 damage from all the schloopy tentacles,
Okay.
but then you also take 8 points of radiation as.
Even though I am resistant?
So you'll take 4.
Nice.
The little Geiger counter that you would be hearing begins going off. And Constance, you just, were any of those high enough to... Oh, and you're grabbed. I forgot to mention, Schloopy Boy was able to grab you in this whole ordeal.
Yay.
Constance, it's your turn as the crawling aether is trying to, like, consume you amoeba style.
I would like to smite it.
You can try.
I would like to try to smite it.
Yeah, it's also still, it's gonna be like a -4 to hit because you are grabbed right now.
Yeah, well, what else can I do?
I know.
19.
Let me check. Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh, good. 14 damage. Wait, no, wait, plus my strength. 15. I'm bad at math. 19?
All right, so you just kind of bring the staff down, and chunks of aether just kind of start spray away. The Inari flame blade jumps back as like a big like glob of aether lands at its feet. But the crawling aether still has you in its pseudopod tendrils and jiggles like glowing jello. Anything else, Constance?
I'm gonna lay on hands myself.
All right. And with that, the Inari flame blade books it, takes the exit out.
Alex, I just realized, does my lance do miss damage?
All characters technically deal miss damage.
Okay.
Oh, but the lance itself does not deal miss damage. It doesn't have anything that would modify your miss.
Okay, well, my miss damage is 2.
All right, Oleander, it's your turn. The Inari flame blade ran right by you and is going to let this big old goopy thing do its job, I suppose.
Okay. I think as it runs by, Owen's just like, yeah, you better run! And I'm gonna move back into that adjacent area to try to help Constance. I'm just gonna be like, oh, hold on, Constance! And I'm gonna... Fuck it. Yeah, I'll just do it. I'm gonna unholy blast this thing if I can.
All right.
It's a 19 versus PD?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Sweet. Sorry, I actually didn't roll ahead for once. Ooh. Ooh. It's 20 26 negative energy damage. I rolled like 3 6s.
So the crawling aether blob just melts away. Constance, you kind of just ride this goo slide down as these necrotic tendrils begin spreading throughout within the big glob of aether and just kind of kills it from within.
Are you okay, Constance?
Oh, yes, I'm feeling surprisingly well.
Oh, okay, good. Then you don't need this. And then with my quick action, I'm gonna take a potion myself.
Make sure to look pointedly at Soren as you
Oleander
drink
had
it.
3 hit points, by the way.
Ugh. All right, the escalation die is going up 1. The Inari Ronin's going to attempt to disengage. That's going to be a 13. That's a successful disengage. And then books it out of the area. So the escalation die is going to stay because this battle will continue as you run towards them. But this will be a moment for you to gather yourselves and talk about what the fuck just happened, and then we'll do a break real quick, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, I think Oleander will sort of like limp towards the aisle, like the cavern collapse, and be like, "Are you okay?"
Fine, okay.
Well, you're alive and can talk about it, so I wasn't sure if I was going to be speaking to you as spirits the next time I saw you.
I will come limping. We can get out now, right?
Yeah, you're good. You're out of structured time. We'll re-enter the structured time once we get back from break.
Yeah.
How bad does Oleander look after taking that potion?
Still shitty, even with a potion. My D6 stuff is not a high thing. I've got 6 hit points right now.
Azara will limp over and let you use your recovery. I'll cast my healing spell.
Oh, somehow that's as much better. I mean, not much better, but it's better. Shit, I've got... Constance, did you end up taking a potion from Oleander or no?
No.
Okay, just double checking. Then you know what? Fucking A. I'm gonna use this moment to down one of my others, because I actually still had some left. If we're gonna be going into a thing.
Remember to add 4 to whatever your
4?
recovery dice was. Yeah, add 4.
Okay, so I'm at least above staggered now.
Staggered is half a hit points, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I
you
have
know
1 point above staggered.
Same. Same! Then I'm gonna hang on to my last healing potion just in case he's. But Oleander does look a little bit better now.
I can't heal until combat, so we will have to wait for my heals.
Oleander, I do have my 1 healing spell, but it's kind of a risk because it also attacks a random nearby creature to the target, so if it's like Soren and Azara, it could hit one of them instead to like transfer.
That would not be good.
Yeah.
Chris, if you want to use Soren's, because you were up and next in the turn order, you could use, instead of going next in the next ordeal, you could take your turn now and let Azara take your spot instead. Put yourself at the bottom if you want to heal now.
I have to roll natural even too, so
just roll a d20 then if you want to heal. I don't care.
This is the GM's way of telling us we're fucked.
I rolled right above an 11. Perfect. Exactly what I needed. Okay. Azara, since we're not arguing today, I will heal you.
I can't. I'm maxed out.
Oh,
Heal
you're...
somebody else.
Oh, man.
I am also
I'll go
maxed out.
first. I'll go first next combat.
All right, that's fair. All right? So have your conversations. Feel free. We'll have a little bit after the fight still to do some combo stuff, and then. But if you have a conversation you want to have before running out there again, feel free.
So they were ready for us.
Clearly, I can't imagine how they could have possibly been tipped off. Now I look over at Soren, who...
Soren's just gonna like excuse me for a moment, and Soren's just gonna go back into where the cave-in was and just like yell into a corner for a little while. And he is not using Kovithian words, so.
Can I get a
When
gist
there are
of?
no convenient cliffs around, a small corner in a cave will do.
It's screaming gymnastics.
Yeah.
But what are you saying?
Gymnastics.
Just a bunch of swear words, like, motherfucker, you always think you're so much better than us, but I'm the one that saved your ass, and he's just like not even being true anymore. He's just like things that didn't even happen, he's just yelling about. And then he's just gonna like, excuse me. Alright, I'm ready to go.
Oleander is so vindictive enough that just seeing Soren kind of crack like that makes her feel better, like visibly. She's the worst. Oh, well then, if you're done, then I think we should probably hurry before they can escape.
Yeah, alright. Azara, Constance, Oleander, let's get moving.
All right, so you begin running through a tunnel that following the Inari that ran through. You begin making your way out. It's now like it's downpouring rain as you now leave. There's a bridge gapping a creek that runs between, and as you break the mouth of the cave. All right, let's see. This next thing is versus PD. Oh no, it is versus AC. Never mind, it is versus AC. Nat 20. So as you step out of the cave, you see the two Inari, and they look at you, and they're just like, "Fuck you!" And they turn in the crows really quick, and behind them, there are the three glowing eyes of an Oni Dust Warden with like the triple shot sniper goggles. The center one zooms in, and it just unloads this long-range, semi-automatic rifle on you.
What the fuck?
Oleander's favorite.
Everyone takes 13 points of damage as like
Okay.
And
bullets.
job. That's exactly what I had.
Oh
As
no!
bullets are bullets are just impeding into
No.
are embedding themselves into the stone wall behind you, just kind of like tracing up the wooden walkway that is over the bridge, shooting up splinters. Hits Constance a few times, and then hits Zara in the line, and then hits Soren, and then really focuses on Oleander, just kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right up Oleander, and takes her down, and then blows a big puff of smoke from a cigar, pulls out like a little radio. Got him. And that's when the two ravens come back down, the Inari land, pull out swords, and that's when we'll go to break. We'll be right back, folks.
Yay!
I'm sorry, Sam. I should have healed Oleander.
Oh, but it's so funny this way.
Alright, we will be back shortly.
It's so much funner.
I'm ready to die.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard, to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard, to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
E21, we're back.
Oh, hey there. Sorry, I was just working on a poll on Twitter to determine which ship you like better. Soriander or Sorzara?
Wow.
Cast your votes
I'm
before the
honored.
cast your votes
goodness.
before the finale next week. Anyway,
Assuming we all make it.
Yeah, cast them tonight, please.
so anyway,
He can't kill us if we're in a ship, right?
Yep.
Everybody partner up.
Get your plot armor.
yeah, that's how we get back to the views we used to be at, right? We got to get ships in here. That's how you get fandoms. Trash. Anyway, so the Inari have just let this Oni Dust Warden just open fire on y'all. And I forgot to mention also, you're all left weakened until your next turn.
Yippee.
So that's -4
that's
to attack
-4?
and defense.
I mean, I'm just straight up unconscious, so does this affect me at all, even when I'm...
No,
Back
not
up?
really, but I'm still
Okay.
gonna mark it in case someone tries to coup de grace you.
Oh, okay.
What? No, please.
All right, Soren, it is your turn.
I'm gonna fight fire with fire. I'm shooting the Oni.
All right.
Oh, so good with this gun. 23.
Did you -4 it?
19.
You also got the. Oh wait, what is our escalation at? I gotta mark
I
that.
counted it. 9.
5. Okay.
Oh, then 20. My bad.
All right, hold on. Because like
I think we ended at 4, so if this is
Yeah.
a new thing, I don't
Yeah.
know if you're ticking it up.
Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, that'll hit, my friend.
All right. 10 points damage.
All right.
Oh, pull it together, and I'm gonna heal Oleander.
All right.
So Oleander, you can use a recovery and 1d4 plus or 5d4 because the escalation die is
5d4, shit.
yeah, it's pretty broken.
I'm not complaining because I'm so squishy and technically have a con penalty anyway, so I'll take it.
That's my turn.
Alrighty. Izara, you are up.
I'm gonna use my free recovery. Where the hell did I put my D8 first? That. Pretty good. I did it again. I healed to the exact highest I can get to.
Sorry.
You're not though.
No, I'm not. I need to soften y'all up a little bit.
Feeling soft, thank you. Tenderized, one might say. Then I'm going to quick action Shield of Faith.
All right.
Myself, Soren, and Constance.
Jeez, all right. All right, anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, let me just finish putting up these markers here. So you call upon the Astral Star to shield your allies in the Inari Flameblade, draws the sword again, and charges into the next zone ready to face you. Constance, it is your turn.
I run forward and I smite.
All right.
Eh. 19.
19, that will hit.
Yay.
Did you -4 from the... So you're gonna only get
No.
+1.
Oh shoot, no. So that's 16?
That will not hit.
Okay. Sad. And then I activate my halo.
All right. Just 1 second. I'm just marking things, like if you have the conditions, what it means for you. All right. So, Constance, you run forward and you attempt to smack, and don't forget, when you miss, the storm clouds begin getting staticky after you miss. Oleander, it is your turn, and thanks to Soren, you've pulled it together.
Yeah, I think when Oleander sort of regains consciousness, there's a series of emotions crossing Fairface. She's kind of confused at first, and then really angry, and then when she realizes that Soren actually healed her, it kind of softens for a minute, or like very briefly. And she'll mutter Donka as she gets up, and then I'm gonna magic missile whoever's in the yellow zone. Is that the Ronin or the Fireblade?
That would be the Ronin.
The Ronin, because I don't think... Is the Oni in far away, or like too far for that?
No, the Oni's you're in range, not too far.
Alright, I mean, it's gonna be a piddly 9 force damage, but it's an auto hit, so...
Yeah, I mean, auto hits are always a good time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
And that's all I got for now.
Alright. Alright, so you kind of just summon up these little magical missiles. It's one of the only normal wizard spells that you probably can recall and cast.
It still looks kind of creepy, though.
Yeah, it's definitely creepy as you're lifting up little, like, shards of bones and bone fragments, and they just kind of begin being sent towards the Oni, and their dust-colored robes gets pierced by these fragments of bones. We're at the top of the escalation die, and we've maxed out the escalation die at 6, my dear friends.
I think as Olander's like sending these out, she's like, "This is my 3rd dress this week." It's like full of holes.
Yeah, and now you're bleeding out of it, or if you do bleed out.
She can clean it, but she can't mend it. That's the problem.
All right, so the Ronin takes a step forward, and that'll be their turn. The Dust Warden is up. You are no longer weakened. Yay.
Yay.
There's much rejoicing.
Yeah, exactly. There was much rejoicing. All right.
There was a large sigh of relief.
The Oni Dust Warden will make an attack against Constance with a 24 to hit.
Ooh, does that hit? My AC is a 24, so yes.
That'll hit.
Yeah. Darn it.
Come on, there it is.
Bye-bye, Halo.
14 points of damage as a well-placed shot finds its way to like break one of the clasps on your armor, causing your armor to hang loosely now from your form. The bullet has gone through, and Constance, I don't know if you've ever felt a pain as sharp as this one, as a searing hot bullet from the Oni Bozar rifle tears through your shoulder.
Ooh, owie.
And with that, you are left weakened until your next turn. And with that, Soren, you are up.
Okay, I'm just gonna I'm gonna shoot the Oni again. Just a nice standard shot here.
Yeah.
15 to hit? 16?
16?
Mm-hmm.
That will not hit. As you you take aim and the Oni just ducks down, and it almost like phases out as your bullet goes through it, and it kind of reforms. And like as when the bullet goes through the phased out Oni, it just kind of shoots out dust from behind it.
Oh my god, is this my character from Perilous Sons that we're fighting? What the fuck was his name? Anyways, that's my turn.
Izara, it is your turn.
Can I get that Dust Warden with the ranged spell?
Yes.
Great. I'm going to attack with Spirits of the Righteous.
Sure.
Oof, that's a 17. No, that's a 9. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Versus?
Mental defense, I think.
All right. Yeah, that'll hit.
Let me double check that I'm doing this correctly.
Sounds
Yes,
like
mental
it.
defense. So that's 4d6.
Okay.
With my wisdom. Oh, I rolled very, very badly. I almost rolled minimum damage.
Oof.
So that's only 8 points.
Ooh.
But
That's
Oleander
rough.
gets a... Wait, no. Who has the fewest hit points? Probably Oleander, right?
Actually, that was a real big heal that I got from Soren. So I'm actually...
How many hit points do you have left?
Constance took a good hit.
Yeah.
Heal Constance.
Yeah.
Fine.
I
That's
also
not
still
healing.
have a potion.
Oh, I need... Who has the lowest hit points right now? It
Oh,
automatically
just like
affects-
total?
Currently. Who has the
I
lowest
have
hit points?
24.
I have 21.
21.
Haven't been hit yet. I'm good.
I have 19, so it goes to me, I think. Oh, nearby ally, so it doesn't affect me. So in Constance, you get a +4 to your AC until the end of my next turn.
Okay, dope.
All right, is that it?
Yeah, I want to save my heals.
Okay, sounds like a plan. The Inari flame blade is up and lashes out towards Constance. Flames just kind
wait, no. Bonus action bless for me, Soren, and Constance.
Okay. Oleander, you're just not getting hit with any of these buffs.
Sorry, Oleander.
That's okay. She actually normally doesn't. She's used to it. You know? Sure, that's not a reason at all that she's ever grumpy.
Right. All right, well, the flame blade's going to lash out with a sword of fire towards you, Constance. Ooh, what is that number? Because I am bad at math. 22 versus AC.
No.
All right, that's a natural odd miss, so it'll make an additional attack with the flame blade.
Ooh.
Comes back and, ooh, that is going to be a 26
No, thank you.
versus
Zara.
AC.
Yes.
Ooh, so the just kind of lashes out with the flame blade. You twirl the staff around to put the flames out, and when it comes back with the other one, you kind of lift the staff up and swing above it, and like little raindrops fall from the storm clouds on the end of your staff to put out the flame blade momentarily. And with that, Constance, it's your turn, so you can kind of just follow up with your cool staff move.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a cool spinny aroundy thing and smite.
All right.
Ooh, yay.
And you have a stack from the miss.
Yeah, that's what, a plus 1d6?
Yep.
Okay, so I got a natural 18. It's gonna be like plus at least 10, so.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
28 at least. Yeah. You're also weakened, but still 24. Yeah, that'll still hit.
Yeah. Wait, I'm weakened? I thought that wore off.
Nah, you got shot again. The bullets have a full metal jacket.
Boo. Okay. 7, 10, 15 damage.
All right, let me check. Okay. Yeah, okay, so Constance, you swing back around, and there's just a crack of thunder as the staff just cracks across the jaw of the Inari. You knock a few teeth out, and, it has to crack the jaw back in place. Oleander, it is your turn.
The Inari in the red zone. Can Oleander sort of tell how are they looking? Because that's not the one that she fought before, is it?
No, the flame blade's looking really rough at this point. Like Constance has beat the shit out of it.
That's the flame blade. Okay.
Yeah.
But what about the
in the
Ronin?
purple. The Ronin's doing okay, but has definitely taken a few hits in this battle. Dust Warden's still looking pretty fresh.
Trying to decide if this is. No, I just feel like I don't want to just keep doing cantrips, but I want to try to save stuff just in cases. I'm going to. You know what? Fucking A, I'm gonna give it a try. Why the fuck not? Mostly because I want to see if this works. Oh shit. That's going to be like a 20-something versus the Ronin's MD.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Right? I said the Ronin?
Yeah, you said the Ronin.
Oh, wait, no, that's in the red. I actually can't target the Ronin. Shit.
Oh.
Fuck it. Then I'll target the Fireblade because it's in range.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Does that still hit?
Yeah.
All right.
20-something versus MD's gonna hit most things.
Oleander's gonna strike it with terror and send it fleeing from the combat. Target uses all actions to move away from battle, disengaging from enemies. If it fails to disengage, it doesn't take opportunity attacks, so it can just fucking move.
Oh, they just book it?
Oleander's theory right now is, yeah, she just wants to fucking clear some space out.
All right.
So I think because it's terror, I think Oleander sort of is able to bend her clairvoyance with her necromancy to fill this creature's, mind with visions of their own looming death if they stay.
Ooh. Nice. Haunting. Chilling. And with that, the Ronin's up. And the Ronin's gonna run forward and just... Constance, you're just trying to hold him off.
Yep.
She lashes out with the katana. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
No.
Natural even miss. We'll make an additional attack with the katana. That's going to be an 11.
Nope.
And with both of those misses, just... And you're just kind of deflecting with your staff. You're parrying the strikes. And with those misses, the Oni Dust Warden will go up and is going to unload another round of automatic fire towards the party.
Yay.
17 versus everyone's AC.
Miss.
Yeah. Hit.
All right. Squishies.
That's me.
Squishies, you will take 6 points of damage. Low roll on the damage, so these bullets aren't as good of hits as the ones that got Constance. But you get grazed by the shots as you hear more bullets just kind of digging into the stone of the ridge. And Constance, you are no longer weakened, but your friends are. Oleander and Soren are weakened now.
Oh.
Well, it's just because the Oni turn is up and hit different targets. That's all. All right.
That's a penalty to our damage?
Damage, AC, all your defenses, -4 to defenses, -4 to attacks.
Okay, just checking.
-4 seems to be pretty a baseline and within the system. Soren, it is your turn as the Oni is still kind of slamming a new clip into the Bozar rifle.
I would like to try to shove the Ronin off the bridge.
All right, let's do some contesting strength checks then here.
Very strong.
All right.
16?
You tied. So let's go again.
Ooh. Come on, way to die. Just kidding. 23.
So you run up to the Ronin and you're able to lock you've got the Ronin grabbed here now. So you've grabbed the Ronin and next turn. So now you kind of you're starting to wrestle with the Ronin here and you just kind of slam into each other. The Ronin, flips the blades around to defend herself. And next turn you can attempt to shove her from the bridge.
I'm just gonna yell, little help here.
Zara, it is your turn.
I'm a javelin of faith at Oni. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Oh wait, no, is that just... It's a ranged spell. Is he nearby?
He is not in the extended zone range. You could hit the two... Because I'm using the extended range for Javelin of Faith. You could hit the two bingle boppers in the zone in front of you here.
Okay. Well, Soren's got that one grappled. I don't want to accidentally hit Soren if I roll like shit. So I'll go for the one menacing Constance.
The one that's gonna just run away?
Oh shit. Okay, I'll go for the one Soren's holding.
All right.
Hey.
Please no. It's a natural one.
You hit Soren.
Oh,
Roll for damage.
Oh no.
all
We're doing
right.
great, y'all.
How did I know that would happen?
Amazing.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
The one time you want to roll low, golf scores. Golf scores.
9 points. 9 points.
That's not that bad. 9.
Shit. Sorry, Soren.
It's all right. He just has a hole through his shoulder. It's all right.
Yeah, so Zara, it's a stressful time right now, you know? It's hard. And it's hard to try and see who you're gonna hit, and you hit Soren. Oops. With that, the flame blade's up, and in absolute terror runs and jumps off the bridge into the river below because they are that terrified. They don't even think. They just run, and you watch them just jump. And you probably don't want to watch them hit the river below because from this height, that's like hitting bricks. All right, Constance, you're up. You could try and shove the Ronin down off the bridge if you want.
I mean, sure, why not?
All right. Give me that strength roll. Any backgrounds you think would fit, go for it.
Other than tries her best, maybe obstacle course champion.
I'll take obstacle course champion because you're athletic then.
Okay. I haven't used either of my other backgrounds like ever.
You use tries her best with the boulders. What are you talking about?
a few times, actually.
No, I mean the other two that I have.
Oh, they just haven't come up, I guess.
Yeah, they haven't come up. So. Oh, hi, Petey. Ooh, okay, 24.
All right, so after the Inari just kind of breaks rank from Constance and just yeets itself to the abyss, Constance wheels around, runs, and just lowers her shoulder rugby style to throw the Ronin, and the rebreather mask comes flying off the Ronin as you shove her off the bridge, and you hear crunch, crack, as she just keeps hitting every rock and everything on the side of the cliff on the way down. Oleander, it's your turn.
So it's pretty much just the Oni. I'm gonna magic missile at him because I don't get an attack penalty for that because it just auto hits.
Sure.
And I'm just gonna call out like, you cannot possibly be getting paid enough to deal with this, and that's gonna be 11 force damage, just hitting him like right in the chest. Hope you get good benefits.
And he's just kind of doesn't even say anything. The professional he is raises the gun and just opens fire because it's open range now. That is going to be a 26 to hit everybody.
I mean, if I'm still weakened, my AC is currently 8. So yeah, that'll hit.
Mine's 12.
That's my normal AC.
21 points of damage as these bullets just rip through everyone. And as it shoots, it kind of shuffles, the Oni shuffles back and is just shooting and turns around and hightails it out of there, covering his exit with the automatic fire.
Constance, are you alive?
How much damage was that again?
24.
Yeah, I'm dead.
22.
I'm dead as well.
Oh. This is
All down?
Except for Constance.
Everyone but
down.
Constance?
So, Constance,
we're all down.
I'm down.
we
We
died.
are all down.
Oh, you're all
dead.
down?
Amazing.
Okay. You're not dead because the Oni ran.
Yeah, we're
He
just
doesn't know he
unconscious,
killed you.
though.
He ran.
Yep.
So, time passes.
Damn. We wasted
And-
some time there.
And
Oops.
Constance, you're the first to come to as like
Yeah.
there's a smell of wet dog and marijuana.
Oh.
God.
As there's a coat wrapped around you, and the druid, the Fenris, is kind of got his hands hovered over you with a few of the other druids with him.
Oh, good morning. Am I dead?
No, you're not dead. We are happy to see you're fine. We found you at the bottom of Wolf Moon Ridge.
Oh, where is everybody else?
They are being tended to as well.
Like, can I see everybody around?
Yeah, you can see everyone. It's like,
Okay.
You're very much just kind of, it's not much time has passed. It's still like the same day. It's only like, it hasn't been like a whole ass week or anything. It's only been like maybe an hour or two.
Okay.
It's still raining, but they've set up like a little like lean-ons. Well, we're glad we found you because the enclave's been attacked.
Oh, I wish that we could help. I do not know how we can. We are, we were hurt very badly.
I see that. While when I went to Sylvia in the Toadstool Village, she had told me you had come here to investigate. And, well, here we are.
Yes. I am glad to see a friendly face and to not be dead.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm afraid that the Sheriff's Coalition is moving while Sylvia is handling matters in the Toadstool Village, and it looks like someone else has made an opportune movement on your caravan.
Yes.
Here, rest up.
It shot us from its forehead?
Oh, these Zebros is involved then.
Oh, I think that we did suspect that. Perhaps I do not do most of the thinking around here, to be honest.
Well then, I'm glad to see that you're safe, and my friends, we happened upon you than we did. But I'm afraid if we tarry too long, the enclave will be no more.
Well then, if we are well enough to walk, we should go then.
Why don't you wait for your friends? They should be coming too soon, but my compatriots and I, we will need to move.
Okay, should we meet you somewhere else?
I'll meet you in the Delveshire, outside Falling Star Crypt.
Delveshire, outside Fallen Star Crypt. Okay.
Your friends will be okay. Their wounds are tended to. So I would get the radiation looked at.
Oh. Yes, I do suppose I'm glowing a little greener than usual, aren't I?
Constance,
Yes.
thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. I do not know why you are thanking me.
For your help.
Oh, well, thank you for your help.
I know your friends. With whatever happened here has been an ordeal, but as I said, if we don't move soon, I'm afraid for the enclave, and I saw the sheriff's posse were arming dragon screamer cannons. Must have been purchased by Zebros. Surely they'll turn them on the walls of the cathedral.
Oh, I do not like the sound of that.
They will not stop until they've had blood.
How?
It would appear your friend's intolerance has signed our death warrant.
I do not. I do not wish to think badly of Sapphire. Though to be fair, she did not respect my religion quite as much as I would have hoped.
Just like the Inquisition.
Oh, well, it is fine. Not everyone wants to.
Well, my friends that I've come to know, people that I would consider family, may die because of her intolerance.
Oh, yes. That is very bad.
This is not a matter of simple difference of opinions. There are people's lives in the balance here.
Oh, my apologies. I am sorry.
It is okay. I'm sorry as well. I must admit. You can see, like, definitely the proverbial fur on the back of it. He's every hair on him's poofed out like a cat right now. He's definitely furrier, and you can tell, like, his teeth are, like, sharper as well. And he looks to his companions. All right, Moon Furies, we move. And they turn into wolves. And you notice Fenris's wolf remains like that deep purple color that he is, and has the horns and has the amber eyes, and he kind of just looks back at you as the wolves begin making their way towards their home. And after Fenris takes his leave, that's when the party comes to.
Oh, thank goodness all of you are still alive.
But seems we are.
I was surprised to find that I was alive myself. But, the druid enclave found us, and they patched us up a little bit, and they ran off, and I think they're in very deep trouble.
They ran off where? What? How did they find us?
Okay, Constance committed it to memory, but real life, AJ forgot. So...
Alright, so basically, Fenris found them because he went to go to Sylvia for help because the sheriff's told...
Part, just where to meet them.
Outside the Falling Star Crypt in the Delveshire.
Yes.
Oh, I believe that is where we first met Sylvia, so at least we know the location.
Yes, it seems that they met up and Sylvia is helping them now.
Oh, good. I'm glad she is okay. We should probably get moving. I am not going to be so quick, I think, for a little while, so we have a long ways to go.
Oh, very well. Soren, Azara, are you well?
Well enough for this.
Yep.
Alright, and off we go.
Alright, so, you're making your long trek back. You got some time to have some conversations with each other about things that just happened, the tension that's been building. Things are, like, I think the powder keg is starting to, the match has been lit, and we're getting real close to the wick here.
Yeah. So, I was woken by, by Fenris, and he was telling me that it is definitely Jepprey Zebos that is involved in all of this, and it is very bad, and Sapphire is inadvertently going to kill his entire family. So that is not a good situation that we have found ourselves in the midst of.
Constance, could you please elaborate on the situation?
Oh, yes, so the scary thing that shot us out of its forehead was an Oni, and it means that Jepprey Zebos was involved, and something about Aether, and things are very bad. That is the gist of what I got.
I'm more concerned with what's happening with the Enclave.
Oh, yes, the sheriff has put together a posse and they're gonna go run them down and yeah, we should probably stop that.
Because
Yeah.
of what Sapphire said.
Yes.
Might as well be back in the Empire. Then we definitely have no time to lose if there's anything we can do. Sounds like we might be outnumbered, though.
Well,
Even if we can buy them time to get away, then that's enough.
That's possible. Perhaps Fenris will have an idea when we meet up then. Are you okay, Constance?
oh, yes, near-death experiences are always a bit jarring.
Oleander just kind of smiles and is like, yeah, you could certainly say that. I would say you get used to it, but you don't really.
Oh,
We should definitely hurry, though.
yes. Run. Or walk quickly,
Yeah,
briskly,
yeah,
briskly walking.
Okay.
Slash rolling.
Like I was saying though,
Thing.
feel free. In the midst of this very obvious political commentary, feel free to have those moments with your characters as you're traveling back, because once we meet up with Fenris, we're going to basically get on the path of the season finale, which will be next week. So.
Let's get it out there. Oleander, what the fuck's your problem?
Oh, yeah!
What the fuck is my problem? I'm glad you know my name now, at least.
Oh, sorry, Oleander.
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel like, alright, I just want to say this. I'm sorry, Azara, I've been trying to be kind, but it's easy to be kind to you. It's not as easy to be kind to others. And Oleander, I'm not really sure if I've done something to offend, or if my charming disposition has just not taken effect yet.
You certainly have a high opinion of yourself. But there's Oleander actually sort of gets like flustered and takes a few moments to sort of collect herself. I apologize for being so rude. But before I met all of you, there was a lot that had happened, and I suppose I am still just kind of strained from it, and it is not an excuse, but I'm sorry that I have taken it out on you. She's like very stiff, just not looking at anybody right now.
Well, honestly, I had this whole speech planned about, like, consequences, and we're like in this now, and we got to focus on this before we can snip at each other, and we got to fight as four and not four individuals. But it was honestly a very nice apology.
Well, I appreciate that you did not leave me behind before when you could have. I have known people who have not been as considerate, and
As much as I bicker with you, I would never leave you behind anywhere. And I'm sorry that someone has done that, and I apologize if my behavior has spurred the feelings of that person to return.
I appreciate that, Soren. This is not the first time I have come very close to death, and to put it mildly, and a lot is coming up right now. We have come very close to falling several times in the few weeks that I have met all of you, and I did not ever expect for this to, be the life that I was supposed to have. It was not supposed to stay on the road like this. It was This isn't the life I wanted, and while I'm glad to know you all, I'm having a hard time getting used to this. So again, I apologize.
Oh, I am incredibly sorry if we did not do everything in our power to make you feel welcome and part of the group. I will definitely try harder in the future, I promise.
You have done the best you can. I understand that everybody is going through a lot now, and at this point, Oleander's not looking at Azara at all. And is just sort of tunneling in on Constance, who I think is the only person she doesn't feel very uncomfortable talking to right now.
Fair.
I know that I joined you all under a very difficult time for you, and I appreciate that you have done what you can to try to make me feel welcome.
But we have spent so much time telling you everything that has happened with us because we thought we had to catch you up, but we also have to catch up with you.
I suppose I have not exactly made that easy to do. But, well, perhaps we will have a little bit, more time for more deep conversation, preferably over some drinks. Many drinks. That would be nice. But if there's anything you would like to know in the meantime, I'm happy to answer.
I was once asked, what is your favorite color? I did not have an answer then, but I would like to know yours.
Red.
Oh.
If you cannot tell, and she sort of gestures at her dark red dress.
Oleander, we have a thing in my family. It's called finding your phoenix, and it essentially just means finding your passion and what you do want to do with your life. And you mentioned that this wasn't exactly what you had in mind, so can I ask if you do have a phoenix?
Well, you know that I believe I have mentioned that I have left the Empire under less than joyous circumstances. So I would like to find a way to go back one day. For real. I cannot do that now. My family name is worth less than dirt, and it is sort of my fault, so I suppose my phoenix is finding a way to fix it. And get my home back. And I think at that, Oleander's eyes actually sort of darken, with her own necromancy for, a moment.
I can absolutely help with that anytime you would like.
Oh, really? You just a matter of, a telegram to the 6th Legion to have my family name reinstated and our estates given back and our names unstricken from the records of the noble houses?
I mean, that's a little optimistic, but I can put in a good word with good people that do good things for good people.
Well, that is the closest lead I have had in quite some time, so...
I know that I haven't told you all... Well, I've told you enough about my family, but they do have pull in certain areas if we ever need it. I tried to stay away from it because I'm supposed to be on a journey without their help. But if there is ever something as serious as being banned from your home, I'm happy to pull strings that I can. I just didn't know you were going through that, and so I am also sorry for egging you on.
I appreciate that, Soren. It's very kind of you.
Azara taught me how to be kind, so.
Yeah. I will strive to study a bit more myself then.
He's a good teacher. And you don't have to tell me about your ex. Don't worry about it. I definitely know it's a romance because of the way you lit up about Sylvia. So, anyways, I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah. Oleander's like entire body just tenses when you mention her ex. Just immediate kind of danger zone body language. Thank you. Let's hope things with Sylvia go a bit better than last time, hey?
I think they will.
Well, if we make all of this, if we both make it out of this alive, at least.
Yeah. Too bad you didn't get radiation, because I bet she totally would have put your ointment on for you. But...
Oh, well, the day is still young.
So across the gray horizon, the rain's really starting to come down at this point. Squishy mud on the ground beneath your feet. And as you're talking about, hope we make it out of this one alive, that's when you hear, you can see Shiverdelve on the horizon at this point, You just hear like a... as like there's this, like the sky just lights up with like explosions as you hear multiple shrieks just cut through the atmosphere and then end with a loud boom that lights up in the atmosphere. Izara, this is probably very reminiscent of certain events that happened recently, and that's when you begin coming to the Falling Star cemetery, and you see there's actually a fight broken out between some Valkyries, druids, and like there looks like just a group of people, and there's guns going off, and the fight's just kind of ending as you approach, and you see Fenris and Sylvia are like kind of fighting back and back against this group of people that are trying, because like most of their compatriots have been killed at this point, and both of their swords are alit with flame. And as one of them goes forward, Fenris grabs him with, and then yanks him towards Sylvia, who runs them through. And then Fenris whirls around and just takes off the head of another one of these posse members. And then he just kicks one, turns into a wolf, and just mauls them. And when they turn to greet you, they're both like, Fenris's coat, you can't even see color on it. They're both just covered, stained in Oleander's favorite color, crimson red blood. And they just turn to you, just trying to catch their breath, leaning on each other, their swords still lit with fire. Glad you could make it.
So, question. What's our HP situation look like?
Yeah, could we have, like, spent some recoveries during our travel?
Sure. Yeah, you can. I'll call that like a short rest.
Thank God. Or thank Alex.
So,
That's okay. I'll take God instead.
Same
That's a good
difference.
title. I like that title better.
We can roll as many as we have
Yeah,
during
right.
a
Yep.
short rest, right?
Yep. I was God once. Yeah, I saw. You were doing great. Until everyone died.
I love
My
that
recovery
episode.
died.
Rolling like crap!
Oh, there they are.
My first one wasn't great, but my second one was so good that I can't heal anymore.
Oof. I'm sorry.
Flowing through my recoveries and I'm like staggered because D6 life, y'all. I want to save some for like the actual fight, but I've got 4
Fair.
recoveries left.
I have so little left. So many of these things are daily spells, and they're just gone.
I've got
Yeah,
big
go on.
heals if we can wait.
So
For
I love the image of the party battered after being ambushed, and like these two friends, comrades in arms, just covered in blood, holding swords that are on fire, and just there's a whole bunch of
good
dead
visual.
bodies around you as the rain's pouring, and it's just kind of like, well, we're boned.
I wish somebody had said that when we ran up. Well, we're boned.
We're boned.
Still can. You're still walking up to him.
Oh, I have an idea, but
Well, they're already dead. No, the battle's over.
Oh,
They're
the battle's
shit.
over.
yeah,
Damn
they're catching their breath. They're resting on each other. Like they're leaning on each other.
Okay.
Everyone's
they were
dead.
Still mid. Like,
No, everyone's
Yeah.
dead around them.
Oh,
They've
okay.
killed everyone. Like there was just fuck off posse people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like it
Yeah,
was just
we thought
mooks.
we were going into a
Yeah.
combat.
yeah, we
Oh
thought we
no,
were
the
going to
cannons are
battle.
still shrieking in the distance, and it's almost like fireworks are going off. Oleander, you've probably read about the Shrieking Dragon cannon. These are
Okay.
cannons that are actually forged in dragon sand and are forged by there are only 5 orc cannon makers that are able to forge these cannons because these cannons are blessed by dragon priests. And the reason they like them screeching, psychological warfare. They love to scare the shit out of their enemies. And that's why they blow up in all sorts of weird colors too. It's
Okay.
basically, it's like instead of shooting cannonballs, they almost shoot like rockets. Kind of like
Okay.
gunpowder loaded rockets, like fireworks.
I think sort of then surveying the scene, like as we approach, Oleander would sort of look at a blood-covered Sylvie and go, "You look lovely as always," and I'll prestidigitation both of them, just like to be clean.
Oh, thank you. I was wondering when I was beginning to wonder where the human blood began and the werewolf blood ended. And Fenris looks at her, Wolf there. They're different creatures.
It may seem like an academic difference, but anyway.
It's the distinction that matters, because without it, that's what got us in this mess in the first place.
Oh, I see Zebros has spared no expense, and I just gesture towards the very fancy cannons.
Those are like off in the distance, like
Yeah,
way
like,
off, yeah.
Like, but the effects
Oh,
and stuff we can
yeah.
still see and hear, right? You know,
Yep,
like,
yep. Yes, it would seem that Zebros has funded the Sheriff's Coalition. Emboldening, and then Sapphire's words embolden them, like Azrael's fury itself.
Where
can kill her.
is Sapphire? No.
I mean, do we
Sylvia,
really have
oh,
ideas?
she is at the cathedral where she's being tended to for her wounds. But unfortunately, I fear that the coalition is moving, the posse, let's call them what they are, the mob, is storming the cathedral because I'm sure they want to get Fenris's mentor and have a very public trial and execution for him.
Trial.
And all of my Valkyries are off defending the halfling village from someone who's claiming to be the incarnation of Gorgoth. Whatever's going on here was calculated and planned.
Didn't we kill him?
You killed Bane Howl.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to go. Like, we need to be there
I
right now.
thought we had interrupted the ceremony. Yeah, I suppose they were able to finish it after all.
I don't know, but we're here because the Enclave's no more. They've torched it to the ground, and we're hoping we can at least retake, or at least take the town before they do. But we don't have much to offer. Like I said, the Valkyries were the only ones trained in any form of siege warfare. They're off fighting a different battle, and that's why I hope you can come in.
I mean, I can get us a few reinforcements, so to speak, but they are not very sturdy. And, like, just sort of for flavor, Oleander, like, pulls a hand up so, like, a skeletal hand comes out of the ground and then goes back.
Quite frankly, I don't trust half the gods to even not just open the gate and let them march to the cathedral.
Fallen Star Temple, or Cathedral, is dedicated to the Astral Star, right?
The Resolute Cathedral is dedicated to Celeste, the Resolute Maiden, goddess of the moon. She's also the elf goddess of the moon as well.
But the Fallen Star Crypt
That is devoted to the Astral Star. There is an Astral
That's
Star
where we
parish.
are now, though, right?
Yeah, you are here. So yeah, there's the Astral Star
that's where
parish
we
is
were
also out
meeting.
here. Yeah.
All right, well, let's get in there. We got to do something. I'm worth at least 5 Valkyries.
Sylvia just chuckles. No, you're not.
How much ammo do you have, Soren?
Got 1 bullet.
Excellent.
Well, I was hoping that you had an idea. Were you able to come across anything else that proves just how deep Zebros is in?
Well, we were ambushed by someone wearing his face.
Shapeshifter,
Yeah,
then.
and Anari.
They just, Fenris and Sylvia look at each other. Just, fuck. They're both just like mouth fuck at each other.
Not to mention the Oni, who, nearly mowed us all down, to be honest.
Yes, and well, as my fathers used to say, it looks like we're at shit creek without a paddle.
Did they say that? That feels like a mouthful.
Well, you know what, Soren? We don't have time to question the veracity of my familial sayings. We have a near war going on here, and we do not have the higher government of Maywood or Rensrun to look after us here. It's us.
I don't fucking either. Somebody needs to find their phoenix, am I right, Oleander? Anyways, let's go fucking kill these guys, because I am ready.
Well, what do you propose? They have cannons, and they are a mob, and we have. And they kind of just look around. Us.
You're a wolf. We're fucking... we've got...
I will say we are exceptionally powerful for being what we are.
With Oleander's knowledge, at least, of knowing what those cannons are, does she know any way to disarm or them or anything? Can I maybe make a roll to see if, Oleander got really fucking bored one night while she doesn't sleep and read some schematics?
Well, you would probably understand. You've probably read about your dad was in the military.
True.
Your dad was a Kovithian knight, and he hated the fact that you wanted to read about these silly cannons. To him, these cannons were ruining warfare as he knew it, and was taking all the honor out of it, and all the chivalry. He thought
we should go hang with Oleander's dad.
That'd
Sounds like
be a
he's
neat
fun.
trick for reasons.
Fun at parties.
And Dad told you his favorite thing to have his guys do was to run the Kovithian knights with torches to the ammo crates, light them up, and just blow up the ammo for the cannons, dealing a lot more damage than just to the cannons, but also causing absolute chaos.
Hey, this is your regular friendly reminder that since episode 1 against normal human mortal enemies, Azara does non-lethal damage!
The Helm's Deep approach.
Right? Yeah, so I think as a later sort of thing, she'll add well, if you're able to scout out and locate where the ammo supplies are, we can cut them off at the source.
I've wanted to imagine they'd keep it very far from the cannons.
Which only makes our job easier. If we can get a big enough of a blast, we might be able to destroy the equipment as well, in case they have any backups.
And, well, I would be more comfortable with someone who knew fire magic. Torches tend to go out and water's a thing.
I have a little bit. And Oleander just produces a sad little spark cantrip. That's the amount of fire magic she
Sylvia
has. And
walks
it's,
up to
black and sickly looking.
Sylvia comes up and
creepy.
just takes your hand, and she's just kind of like, I think we'll come with.
I think that's what'd be best.
Damn, I wish Dam was here. He knows so much fire magic.
Who the fuck is Valdam? That's not a name.
What's a Veldam?
I'll tell you, he'll meet him.
Who the fuck let this guy in?
We can talk about it later. We just had a whole thing. It's.
And I want one thing to be clear. Sheriff Jennings is mine. Sylvia's just I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Oleander's like, I think that's reasonable.
Then it's settled. We go for the ammo supplies, and we disrupt that.
Azara's not gonna let that happen, by the way.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Oleander, don't give a fuck!
Well,
Unfortunately, Azara has to care about everyone.
Ugh. Damn you, religion.
Oleander ain't about to get in anyone's way who wants revenge of like a government official for something.
Look, Fenris is over here like a cab right now.
Constance literally gives 0 shits about anybody who is not in the party.
In her eyeline.
Well,
Wow.
Constance has no object permanence. Is that what we just learned?
Yeah.
Are you implying that Constance doesn't have understand?
So sad when people leave.
Wow.
No.
She cares about the people in the caravan and at Eternal Trust, and that is literally it. She gives no shits about anybody else. She understands that if she turns around, the party is still there.
All right, so
I pictured you and Azara in your room at night, like door open, door closed, door open, door closed.
All right, so that's where we will leave things with the
God.
caravan until the finale, where we stop the Sheriff's Coalition from storming the Resolute Cathedral. Now, Lucy, if you mind doing a quick reprisal of Cat, I know it's sprung on you. This is what happens when I'm not.
I was about to say, it would be a lot easier if I was Cat, because she wouldn't give a fuck.
Well, we're back in Ren's Run in the fine restored Songbird Palace. Cat, you're in your throne with your crown that you took from some dead dragon king forever ago. And the doors swing open and strides in the finely dressed. You haven't seen him in years. And you always had a begrudging respect for each other. It was never like, oh, we're friends. It's more like, we both have the same fucking enemy. That's the only reason we get along. Because in his eyes, you failed his, you're the reason his parents died. Fun fact.
Whoa.
Because a cult kind of caused a giant nuclear dragon to blow up in their town. That's a story for another time. That's Carnifex Zeppenstein's childhood. Anyway, so he's draped in like the red crimson robes of the Inquisition with a big sun emblazoned on the chest, and he wears like the crest of the Emperor's hammer as well as a pin to represent his rank of Carnifex. And he just begins striding forward, lowers the hood down, is the face of a weathered man who's seen many battles and seen many a things. Cat, it's been quite some time.
It has. What brings you here?
Well, it would appear that you remember our crusades back during the times when the biomancers still ran rampant.
Very well.
You remember when we went to Duskwind Vale? Braved the treacherous valleys of Kirkgard.
I have some memory.
Well, it appears that we didn't get all of them. There's a biomancer here in Highgard who has taken refuge. And he begins like coming closer so the rest of the courtroom can't hear. My men have reported, my agents have reported, this biomancer has taken refuge in the commune of Eternal Trust and goes by the moniker of the Good Doctor. Apparently he studied under Dr. Branson himself. So I thought you'd be interested.
Old ally of mine. Seems we have some work to do.
That's why I'm here. I'm here to ask for your permission to allow inquisitory boots into Highgard for the first time.
No.
Since you took... We need to wipe out this scourge.
I am perfectly aware.
Then should we talk about our arrangement with young Morgenstern then? And that's where we will end things for tonight.
Excuse?
What?
Excuse?
And thank you, everyone. You can join us next week for the finale of Season 1 of WovenRealm, Arrested Development. See you next week!
Bye forever, I guess!
I guess. Yeah. see you next week.